Hey everyone, James Labrie from Dream Theater, and you're listening to or watching the podcast Talking into Infinity with JT and Brian. Enjoy this. These guys are extremely informative. I love their dialogue. I love their interpretation of the songs, who and what we are, what we were going after. They're very accurate in their interpretations and descriptions, and I just think this is a great show, and these guys are doing a stand-up stellar job. So once again, enjoy Talking into Infinity with JT and Brian.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 12 of Talking into Infinity, a Dream Theater podcast. I'm your host, John. We are live on talkingintoinfinity.com and the CMSnetwork.com. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Let me bring in my esteemed co-host, Mr. Brian Hendrickson. How's it going, man?
It's going great, man. Is this going to be like a record? We're going to be podcasting technically from 3 separate countries at one time.
Yeah. And 2 different continents. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So let's get right into it. Let's just say what we're doing here tonight. We have a couple of very special guest hosts that are coming on the show here in just a minute. And one is from Canada and one is from Australia, where it is currently 12 hours behind us. So it's 7:30 in the morning in Australia. So this dude literally set his alarm to get up early just to come talk to our dumbasses. So that's pretty impressive. The backstory of all this is when we first started the show a few months ago, the very first 2 people to ever catch the show, 2 incredibly friendly guys, Adam Rishaug from Canada and Cael McLeish from Australia. And they tune in to all the shows and they comment back and forth and they've messaged us and we've, kept in touch offline. And, we talked, they said, hey, man, we should come on the show sometime. And you and I went, yeah, you should. So that's basically what we're doing. It's, we got a couple of people that our very first 2 listeners, viewers ever. We wanted to bring them on the show and make them a part of it. So why don't we bring them on right now? Here is Adam Rishaug. What is up, man? And here is
how's it
Cael.
going?
It's going good, man. And here's our buddy Cael McLeish.
Morning.
Waking up early.
Hello
Waking up early.
Tomorrow.
Morning.
So I have to give a quick plug for something. I forgot to bust this out, but I got it in the mail today. If you have not checked out the new Wolfgang Van Halen record, it is awesome. So I pre-ordered like a special edition vinyl version, and it just came today right before I jumped on here to do the show. And it looks so good. So if you haven't checked that record out, it's awesome guitar-driven hard rock, so check that out. Now, getting into your guys' plugs, Adam, you actually have started a podcast. So why don't you tell us about your podcast and tell everybody where they can find you?
I have. So my podcast, I started up with my best friend, and it's called the Adam and Cael Podcast. And we do episodes every Thursday, and we kind of have like 2 separate themes of episodes. So one of them is we'll have guests on, and it's our goal to have our guests talk about like challenging experiences and how they've learned through those lived experiences and how they can apply them to their lives and everything today. There, Cael's got it up right there. Thank you, Cael.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can find that anywhere you get podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Google. And we also have like some music themed episodes. So we have a segment called Here's What's Spinning, where my buddy and I will just talk about some like upcoming releases from bands and artists that we're really excited about. And we've even got a couple of like local guys, artists to come on and debut songs on our podcast and stuff like that. Yeah, you can find that every Thursday we drop a new episode.
So what you're saying is you're competing with us.
No, not at all.
You said
You jerk.
You said you deal with challenging situations. Like, what if your podcast partner's a complete D-bag loser? How do you deal with something like that?
I hate
That's
you.
an entirely new episode.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Well, feel free to have me on. I can be an expert in that area.
There you go.
Expert witness. Nice.
Yeah.
And Cael, so you also are working on a project right now. So why don't you tell everybody what you've got going on right now?
Yeah, well, I've been working with my band Goonhound. Shout out to Sam, Drew, Corey, and Ryan. But I'm also working on a solo EP, so I'm actually working on 5 songs and pretty much doing just about everything. It's sounding good, actually. We just did the drums last week. I'm waiting to go back and do my bass and guitar now, but it's sounding great. I'm about to put the last acoustic one I did on Spotify. I mean, it's only taken me, what? It came out in 2015, so 6 years since I brought it out. But, better late than never, but it'll all be there, so check it out when it comes out.
See, 6 years is less time than Wolfgang Van Halen took to do his album, so you're technically ahead of the curve. So,
well, I mean, it's not like he didn't have Van Halen tours and Tremonti tours and all that kind of stuff to do. It's a good album, though. I'm glad he took his time.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up in like a quick second, then we'll get into tonight's topic. But I love it. It's good to hear you like. I mean, Adam, have you checked it out? Brian, like, what about you guys?
I have, yeah. I was actually going to ask what you thought of it because I know you're a big Van Halen guy. So
yeah,
I was just listening to it just the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised. It rips. It's really good.
Yeah, everyone's made fun of me because they're like, "Oh, of course John's gonna like it. It's Van Halen." But it's like, I like big hooky stuff like that. To me, like maybe this is a weird comparison, but it's like heavy Daughtry. Because Daughtry to me always put out songs like it was always like about the chorus, and then it was kind of like a cool groove and stuff like that. And it kind of seems like that. So yeah, I minus the Van Halen connection, the songs are just really strong. So I mean, what did you think, Brian?
I heard the whole thing on Spotify. I do plan on I think I'm going to follow your lead and probably buy the vinyl. But yeah, I think it's a clinic in songwriting. I mean, I don't think that if you had no idea it was Wolfgang Van Halen, I don't think you would know. And I think that's good actually, because I think kind of maybe the easy thing for him would have been to like maybe come up with some kind of crazy instrumental, with a bunch of guitar stuff going off, but he didn't. He really took this time to craft these songs, and man, there is just such an art form to being able to do something like that. And every single track I think is great. And I will vouch, John is a huge fanboy, but I completely agree in his assessment of this, which is kind of rare.
Well, maybe I'm not such a D-bag loser like you said a few minutes ago. So
these songs would sound. I just have to say these songs would sound awesome live, and I hope that I can see that one day.
I dropped $650 on 12th row tickets to the show in Detroit. My wife, her favorite band is Guns N' Roses. I have got to see Wolfgang live. I mean, the whole combination of it. Her birthday is next week, and I was like, somebody messed up because they were supposed to go on sale on a Friday. The announcement was on a Tuesday. I went online to find out when they were going on, like what the prices were, and I'm like, this looks live. This link looks live, and everything was available. I could have gotten like pit tickets, like literally right up against the stage in general admission, and I was like, no, I got aisle seats 1 and 2, right in front of Slash, like right by the ego ramp. It's like hell yeah. So I'm going to see. I'm so excited for it, man. I'm with you. I want to see this stuff live. And it helps for Brian and I. His rhythm guitar player is from Cleveland. Frank Sidoris is a Clevelander. So we get a Cleveland guy playing with a Van Halen guy.
He's got Sidoris. Nice.
Yep, that's one of his guitar players. Yep. So, cool. All right. So let's get into tonight's topic. So I know, Cael, this is new for you, and maybe a little new for you, Adam, but you're somewhat familiar with it. So what we're going to do is basically like a fantasy football style draft. And we're doing it snake style, which means you go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first round, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the second, and keep going like that throughout the draft. So I yesterday on a random number draw online, I came up with our draft order. So I have, the order in which we will be drafting. We are going to be doing 10 rounds. So each of us will have 10 songs, and we're going to see who picks what sort of Dream Theater set list. So I think this will be really interesting. The way we're going to do this is everybody for the first 6 rounds gets 30 seconds to make a draft pick. And the last 4 rounds, you get 45 seconds because at some point you're going to, I think I'm the only one that has a long list of stuff that I want. So you guys are going to be like, oh, crap, what do I want? What do I want? So, but so anyways, 30 seconds for the first 6 rounds and 45 seconds for the final 4. And we'll see who comes up with what. So
I'll play
Without-
timekeeper. Got it all
We should-
set up. It'll ding with
All right.
Metropolis when it's ready.
All right, beauty.
So Cael's going to time us. Who's going to time Cael? We didn't figure
Is
that
30
out.
seconds the same in Australia as it is in North America?
Yeah.
Is it like it's in pounds or something? Euro
What's the
seconds.
conversion
Time
rate?
is still the same. It's just everything else is different.
Right? Oh my God,
It's a
that's
different
awesome.
Season. It's a different time of the day. It's
Oh, that is fantastic. So let's do this. Let's announce the draft order. And I
Oh God.
100% swear that this is completely random. Unfortunately, the first pick in the draft goes to Brian Hendrickson. So
Boo.
he gets number 1. Number 2 is Adam.
Okay.
So there you got that. Number 3 is me. And Cael
Ooh.
gets number 4. So
Ooh, I
Cael gets
get
the
that
first
in
back to back.
Yes,
he
you
does
to
get the
pick two in
first
a row,
back to back. Yep. He does get the first back to back.
I'll take that.
So
Brutal.
And he gets 2 in a row every single time, also. So
yeah. Right.
Ooh, that'll work.
So-
quite nicely.
Alrighty. So without further ado, Brian, Cael, when you're ready to start the clock, tell him when he is officially on the clock, and let's keep an eye on him.
All right, ready?
Yep. So
Yeah.
I got confused. I thought we were doing stuff off of Saint Anger, like every odd round is what we decided on. So I'm gonna go with Shoot Me Again.
You are wasting your 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
so
right, I'm not
Shoot Me
gonna
Again.
go I'm not gonna go the obvious what John thinks I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Nightmare to Remember.
Wow.
Oh,
Nightmare to
wow.
Remember is the number 1 draft pick. No kidding. Wow.
Uh-oh. I heard
Already.
some
Already a pick is stolen.
Oh, I'm writing these down. By the way, that's your time.
There we go. Yeah, I've got
Wow.
a spreadsheet, so I'm keeping track of these picks. So
That's a shocker.
yeah. That's
All right,
wow.
Adam,
Nightmare to
you
Remember.
ready?
Oh gosh, I'm ready. I'm on
Oh,
right
sorry,
now.
I'm going too fast. You guys talk.
All right.
Talk.
Okay,
Here we go.
I'm good to go. I have to
All right.
start my first pick by saying,
Hang on.
First
I
of-
haven't started yet.
Oh.
Now
Cael,
you
come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's your 30 seconds. Get going.
For my first pick, I have to say I'm not usually a jealous person, but John, I know you went to Radio City Music Hall in 2006
I'm in the
And saw the-
documentary.
and saw the score thing, and so I'm super jealous that you went to that. And because of that reason, and because they played it there as one song, my first pick is 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence.
Oh, you SOB. Oh, that was on my list. I was so going to
Ooh.
steal that. Oh, you
That's
jerk.
time.
I was gonna outlaw that. Too late.
I
now.
thought no one was going to pick that. Oh,
I
this
wasn't
sucks.
going to go for that.
Oh,
you're gonna have
man.
You're gonna have 3 concerts to go to.
I'm telling
exactly.
you. Man. All right, well, you can put me on the clock. My first one is going to be very obvious. I'm not letting anyone take my favorite Dream Theater song. My number 1 draft pick is Trial of Tears.
I was gonna steal. I was gonna steal that.
I figured, I'm like, nope, there's a couple that I have to have. I've got a couple really out there ones on my list, but
you're gonna okay.
yeah, I've got a couple really out there ones that I guarantee nobody has on their list. So,
Okay.
all right, so we got Trial of Tears. Now, Cael, all right, you are up
Hang it.
twice.
So he gets double 30 seconds. So that would be what 40.
Excellent at math as usual.
40 in Australia.
Yeah,
Okey-dokey.
that's why he agreed to this. It's like a minute and a half.
All right, shh, quiet.
All right, you can see it.
Yep.
We got you.
It started. All right, so I'm gonna take actually a Mangini era song just to spice
Oh.
things up a bit. I would like "Bridges in the Sky" from Dramatic Turn of Events.
Oh,
Ah!
Best
I quit.
openers.
Who let this guy on?
I wanted
anyway?
that one so badly.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I just love the song. It's nice and heavy, and it's got a good flow to it.
Yeah, I
That's
know it's a
awesome.
good
That's-
song. You just broke our house.
That's one
though.
of the best Mangini era. That's one of the best songs they've written since
Yep.
he's joined the band, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
Wow, good
starting
call, man.
again, think the other one, since we're taking stuff from Radio City Music Hall, is I might go for a deeper cut here and go Raise the Knife, actually.
Oh.
You've got to be kidding me. Are you serious? How did you?
Just to spite you. Just to
Oh,
spite
you
ya.
son of a man! I thought nobody was gonna take that from me. Oh,
I know that's exactly what you thought, but no.
oh my God, this sucks.
John, you've already seen that live, though. So, I mean,
That's true.
Yeah, most of us haven't, so.
Well, you can see draft picks live at the NFL Combine. Doesn't mean they make your team.
Good point.
All right, well, I'm going to go back to the top of my list. And again, another obvious one for me. Don't even start the clock, Cael. I'm going with The Great Debate. Not that
Dang
that's
it,
any
that was
surprise.
the one I was going to
That
take
was
from you.
next.
yeah. That was high on my list, too.
Are we actually picking things that we like, or is this, are we each trying to spite each other?
No, I do like that one.
Well, I took
My
it.
list is 50-50. It's like trying to
Right.
take songs that I know all of you will pick, but I'm
John,
also
yours
going to
just
take
made-
songs I've personally never heard live.
See, I thought of that too. I was trying to think of like dream set lists. Like, what would I really want to hear in a set list? Like, what have I not heard live? You know, what would I like to hear live? Like, I kind of thought the same way. So,
Well, for me, that's very, very easy because the only thing I ever saw was Image's 25th. So,
oh, all right. Well,
not
so
to choose
basically,
from.
the world is your oyster.
All right.
Adam is on the clock.
All right,
Oh,
Adam.
Oh, it's
Start
me
him.
next.
Yep.
Go ahead, start him.
That's
All right, my next pick is probably I think my favorite Dream Theater song of all time. And I'm going to knock an epic off the board here. And I've also never seen it live, Octavarium.
Oh,
Oh,
that is unfair now. You can't have 6 degrees and Octavarium. Come on. You
So
can't
Change
have
of Seasons
both.
is coming next, I guess.
Adam's got a whole set list. I was gonna say he's got a whole set list in 2 picks, man.
All right, next.
There you go.
Just
I've already got an hour and a bit down. So yeah.
Yeah, right. All right, Brian
All
with
right.
the back-to-back.
all right.
Go.
I don't trust anyone, so I've got to take Count of Tuscany.
Yeah.
There's no way I could trust that to come back in the 3rd round. I took a chance on waiting 2 rounds anyway.
Right. I knew
my
you were gonna
fault.
pick that one. I knew it.
Dude, man, this is going to get ugly when it gets later because of what Adam just did there.
Well,
Oh, my God.
I really thought I'd have a lot to choose from, and I've already got some off the board that I really didn't think would be off the board.
Yeah,
And
same.
then song 2.
All right. Jeez.
It's going to be a dramatic turn of events, isn't it?
That's my
mean,
favorite
it's not-
album, so I can kind of wait on that one because I can pick almost anything.
We do have a 3-song limit per album, so
Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that 3 songs per album. You know what? I'm gonna go because there's not that much off of the newest album that I have to have at Wit's End.
God,
I have to have that.
You are killing me.
Brian.
Sorry, those were 2 that I knew weren't gonna make. I didn't think would make it back. Sorry.
Crap, my set list is over.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
Wow. All right.
Yep. This
Well,
is already
Adam-
getting hard.
I know.
Adam, you are on the board.
Okay. I'm going. It's another long one, but not quite as long.
Okay.
But I'm picking this one again. I don't know if they've ever played this live. They might have once, and it's probably my favorite John Petrucci solo of all time. So I'd love to see it live.
Okay.
I'm going Best of Times.
Wow. No
didn't-
kidding.
I didn't think that song would get picked.
Yeah, that is not one that I thought people would bring up. I think the
It's
intro
cool.
to that song is really beautiful. That has a
Yeah.
great intro. That was when I first heard that record. That was when that song came in. I was like, "Wow, that's one of the
Mhm.
prettiest things they have ever written."
Yeah, I'm
So
just
to be
picturing
honest,
that
I reckon
live with
if-
like a quartet and
Yeah, man, good choice on that one. That's kind of a deep cut.
I reckon even
All right.
if they just had the intro and the outro, it'd be an amazing song. Like none of any of the parts with vocals on it. Not even that super high
Totally.
riff. Just I reckon intro and outro, that's all you need
Yep.
to make a fantastic song. Anyway, go.
All right. I have two that I could steal from Brian. I don't know. I kind of want to keep my deep cuts for later. So I think I am going to go. My next one, I'm going to go with Barstool Warrior.
Ooh.
That's okay. I already have Atwit's in, so I'm all right.
Now we're making ourselves feel better for stuff.
Well, I wanted one of the two of those, and so it's okay.
Hey.
that is the best timer ender ever.
Yeah, that's
you
amazing.
picked that one. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Well, I figure if we're going to be on a Dream Theater podcast, we should probably have something a little bit Dream Theater in there.
Look at that show prep from our special guest host, man. That is perfect.
It wasn't exactly show prep. I just managed to have that on my phone.
Look, Brian and I basically do
Perfect.
nothing. So what you just did there is show prep, my friend.
That's right.
That's my text tone.
Nice. All righty. So,
And
Cael,
I get to
you
use
are
it
back
against
to back.
myself.
All right.
Well, here's the thing: is I don't know if it counts as one or two, but I would like to take the entirety of "In the Presence of Enemies."
I think that's going to be two songs.
No, it's not.
Really?
No, yes, it's got to be two.
No,
it's
it
two
doesn't.
It's
It
two
was written
separate
as
songs.
one, it
No.
was performed
It's
as one.
two tracks on the album. No,
It doesn't matter. No, because
Then
when we did
Shine
our
on
when
the
we
Flame
did our
Diamonds,
episode,
2 songs. Actually, if that's the case, then Rishaug's done. Because 6
Thank
Degrees
you.
was what, 8 on the
Thank
album?
No,
you.
but there's like 8 songs separating those two.
no, you are wrong, and I'll tell you why. On our Prague episode, I picked those as one cohesive unit, and you let it go. You can't change your mind now. That counts.
Yeah.
So you could be
No,
wrong
there's-
twice. Is that what
there's
you're
only
saying?
changing his mind
Dude, look.
now because it's benefiting him, because then I can't have anything else.
Yeah, right? Look, man, here's the logic. Metropolis has technically 3 parts if you look at the track listing on the CD. So Metropolis would technically be 3 songs. The fact that it's split into 2 doesn't matter. It's one cohesive piece of music, and if you knew your Dream Theater history, you slacker, he actually does. I'm just making fun of him. You know that they wrote it as one piece.
The rest
and
of this draft is under this is only the practice draft, by the way. The real draft is after this.
You're just pissed because you got stuff stolen from you. But they wrote it as one piece of music and purposely split it into 2 because they already had Octavarium on the previous record that was 24 minutes long, and they didn't want to do that again on subsequent records, so they split it. So technically it's one song.
Hey, I'll let you be wrong on 2 different episodes. That's fine.
I feel like, and this is backing my pick up too, but if they've played some of these like multi-part songs live as one piece, they count.
I
Which
completely
they
agree.
have. Most
Yep.
of... Wasn't
Which
it on
they have.
Chaos in Motion, this one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chaos in Motion. Yeah, I saw that. That's the tour I saw back-to-back nights on a Friday in Columbus and Saturday in Cleveland, and they played it both nights. They played all 26 minutes of however long it is. So yeah. So Cael, your pick counts. You now have another pick. Up yours, Brian.
That's okay. Hey, if only 30% of us are right out of the 4, that's fine.
The math skills again.
I'm just going to
Unfold
let
this one.
that one go. I mean, you've already been beaten here. We don't need to make it worse. It's
Oh
all
my
right.
God,
You can-
that's funny.
You can take your dignity.
Go ahead. All right, Kyle, what you got?
All right. What
Cael,
have I
not
got?
Kyle.
Kale. Sorry, Kale.
Good Lord, he's wrong on the song and he's wrong on name pronunciation.
Who invited
I
you?
will
Yeah.
Say, Pale Blue Dot.
What did you say?
Pale Blue Dot.
Oh,
Pale
okay.
blue dot.
Sorry, the accent kind of got me there for a second.
Yeah, it'll do that.
I'm good at accents, and that one I was like, wait, huh? Sorry about that.
No, I
right, so-
said that one too fast.
Hey, since you picked Raise the Knife, can you do like the Crocodile Dundee thing where you say that's not a knife, this is a knife? Can you do that line?
Come on now.
Are you
No,
really going to do that
seriously.
to him, Brian? Are you really going
I
to
wanna
do that?
hear
to him?
it.
That thick, is it?
Well,
That's
It's-
not a knife.
No, it's really not.
This is a knife.
Yes, yes. That was awesome. How do you not think that was cool? That's
Because I actually put on
That's
extra
cool.
thick accent just to do that.
see, Cael, in your defense, I have a really good buddy who's from New Zealand, and I always make him say because the clone troopers in the prequel trilogy for Star Wars are all new. It's Tim Morrison, and he's got the accent. So every time I see him, like, you gotta say it. He's like, fine. He goes, all these Wookiees that did move to the east. So
I mean,
I do it too.
To be fair, you're explaining that when I've got this big Star Wars shrine up here. So,
Well, now you're gonna have to come on my Star Wars show.
okay.
So we'll have to do that.
Dude, I would kill to have an Austrian accent like that.
Austrian.
Ryan, what the hell?
Austrian.
What?
Dude, you are hilarious, man.
All right, John, you're on the
Who's
clock.
next?
All right, so I'm on the clock. Do I steal from
Let's
Brian
get this
again, or
going.
do I go with one that's
This entire draft is under protest.
You know what? I'm going to pull out one of my crazy ones. I am going with Status Seeker.
Oh,
Ooh, hello.
okay.
I figured nobody would ever think of that one, and I didn't do it just because of that. I love that song. I sing along to it all the time in the car. I've got the remastered CD. I found an original copy of the CD that I have up on my wall. So I love Status Seeker. I knew nobody would pick it, so I took it.
That's
So
my
there you
favorite.
go.
That's my favorite song on that album. When we did our deep
That's a
dive,
solid choice.
It's a cool album, cool song.
It's definitely up there. All right.
Mhm.
It never gets mentioned, so
And ready when next person is ready. Tell me before you
Who's-
start.
that'd
It's
be
Adam.
next.
Adam.
Yep.
Adam. Okay. Go.
Oh, okay. I think this might be another little bit of a deep cut. I've noticed I keep picking long songs, but again, I've never heard these songs played live, and they're some of my favorites.
Okay.
So my next one is The Ministry of Lost Souls.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, probably easily my favorite off of that album, off of Systematic Chaos.
Boy, are we going to have you on when we do our album deep dive into that record.
Mm,
You're gonna want to wear a
that's my
bulletproof
friend's
vest.
ringtone.
You know where to find me.
Right, Brian? Man, oh man.
No, that's cool,
But-
man.
By the way, to anybody who
didn't
is
hear that,
watching
did
us live, if you want to throw a comment in the chat, we can bring it up on screen if you guys have something to add to this. If you think a pick is crappy, a pick is good, if you think it's funny that Brian has had, like, I think 3 songs stolen from him already. So, man, Ministry of Lost Souls. Wow. Okay.
That is my
Damn.
grandmother's ringtone. I go for the entire solo from that.
Really?
It's nice and loud. She definitely hears it now.
That's the coolest grandmother ever.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. All right,
She's-
Brian, so
she's
you get back to
pretty
back
great.
now.
All right.
All
go.
right, I can't take a chance on this. Metropolis Part 1.
Damn it.
Yeah, you can have that one.
Bye.
Oh, that sounded kind of contentious in terms of liking that song or not.
I mean, it's played to death, but I worship that song, so it's okay. I need another one too here, right?
Hang it. Give it 5
boy.
seconds because you're about to hear your last choice again.
Yeah.
All right.
Be Cool or Be Podcast out. Anyone pick Trial of Tears? That was my number 1 pick in the first round.
Literally the first one of the
Yep.
first songs they've been picked up.
I
All right,
I picked third in the first
and
round. That was my pick. All right,
I'm
Brian, what do you got?
Second.
I'll go with the Glass Prison.
Oh, you son of a!
Brian just stole mine too.
He's trying to f us, man.
No,
I think he's just angry.
well, no, you messed up my 6 degrees. I had something all lined up there, and then man, you took the whole thing. So
I had that too. I thought nobody would do that. Oh my!
That's why I had
gosh.
to go. I had to take it first.
Right.
oh, you
Excellent
succeeded, man.
strategy. All right, Adam, you are on the clock.
Go.
Okay. For my next pick, yeah, this one's definitely overplayed, I would say, but I know my mom is watching, or I think she's watching live.
Okay.
And this is her favorite song and one of our favorite songs together, so I have to include this one. The Spirit Carries On.
Oh, great pick.
Nice.
Yeah, and your mom has excellent taste, and she's also a very good parent because obviously she raised a son who loves Dream Theater. So
Yeah, we've actually seen Dream Theater live together, like all across Canada.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I took my mom once. It was on the tour they did with Queensryche. So it was the 6 Degrees tour.
Nice.
And she liked it, but she was a little blown away. She likes rock music and stuff. Oh, here we go. All right. How do you say your last name, Adam? Rebecca.
Heon.
Okay, Rebecca Heon, Adam's mom, says, I'm loving this. I'm a 62-year-old super fan, and I'm Adam's mom. Way to go, son. There you go.
That's true.
Way to
She
rock,
is.
man.
That is awesome, Mom. You rock, man. I give you tons of credit. I've taken my mom to Kiss, Van Halen, Dream Theater, you name it. So, and she'll be 79 this year. So, props to you.
Nice, man.
There you go.
And we've officially set a show record, Brian. I don't think we'll ever have another mom on our show ever.
No, I think it's safe to say.
So, excellent pick. Excellent pick. All right, so I am now on the clock.
Fuck.
Let's see. All right. You know what? I'm going with Out of Reach.
Wow.
I figured you were. I thought you were gonna do that at some point.
Yeah. I still have a bunch of like awesome like deep cuts left to go. So I figured I would get my ballad in there. So look at that.
That's beauty.
Be Cool or Be Podcast Out says, I've taken my parents to Rush and Van Halen. Anytime you get your mom to Van Halen, you are amazing. I took my mom to 3 Van Halen shows.
Wait, we need to clarify though. Was it Sharon, Roth, or Hagar? Be cool. Be cool. Clarify.
One of each. I took my mom to one of each. Actually, multiple Sammy shows.
Nice.
I'm
yeah,
gonna have
be
to
cool.
guess that's a Rush podcast.
Yeah. Look at this. You guys got the VIP experience? No. Brian and I did that in Chicago.
Yeah.
Rebecca,
we did a
Meehan
road trip. Yeah, I was living in Alberta at the time, and my best friend and I and my mom, we drove out to Vancouver to see them. Did the meet and greet and the whole shebang. Yeah, it was awesome.
So your mom said, yeah, your mom said, I bought the VIP experience for us in Vancouver. Rock on. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Be Cool or Be Podcast Out. His Van Halen show was Roth. I'm sorry that you had to see him croaking like a frog like that. I'm the biggest Van Halen fan you'll ever meet, but Roth sounded like crap the last couple tours. So.
You don't know what it was. It could have been
if it's post reunion or pre reunion, though. I mean,
yeah, it could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been 79.
Well,
been 79.
that depends. All right, Be Cool. Now you got to answer that. What year was your Van Halen experience? All right.
I'm not
so
going
now,
until I get an answer.
Yeah, really. I want one too.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
This
we'll
is
get
important
that.
stuff.
And now he just gave a smiley face, so he's not. That is not an answer. Be Cool.
Wait, it was the Eat 'em and Smile tour.
Yeah.
Held up on your shoulders, mate. So,
All right. Well, I got out of
Wow,
reach. Now, Cael, you have a back-to-back.
Yep.
Man.
All right. So, everyone seems to be reaching for their ballad cards at the moment. So, you know what? I think I'll take Blind Faith.
Oh, that's
Nice.
a great one. Good pick, man.
Man.
Good pick.
It's a good, solid song, and then it's got that nice instrumental break. Possibly one of my favorite Rudis,
Yep.
piano breaks. It's
Man.
just a good song. You can't really go past it.
Man.
Right.
I agree. I have to point out, Cael, because I know you're a drummer. I think Blind Faith is one of the most overlooked Portnoy drum songs, because I think it's maybe one of his best.
For sure.
Yep.
Like
totally
the
agree.
stuff he does in that song is just otherworldly.
Yep. All right, we're
Well, I think
cutting in with a Be Cool update. Be Cool says it was the 2012 tour for A Different Kind of Truth. Love that record. Love
It's
the
a good
record, but
it's not a good tour.
yeah, 2007 was great. I saw opening night in 2012 though, and opening night in 2012 in Louisville, Kentucky. Actually, he sounded fine, so I got lucky on that one. All right, so anyways, back to Dream Theater. So drum performance on Blind Faith, good call there. Good call, Adam. I completely agree with you on that one.
No, I love it because he's going for his softer, more melodic feel, and then he's going for out and out metal drum, and it's too much to go past, I think.
Yeah.
Our buddy Toomey says, "I want Pull Me Under." Yeah, well,
You can have it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to get picked.
well, Toomey is
You
a
can
good
keep
friend
it.
of mine. He's a fellow podcaster. Congrats to him, by the way. He just got hooked up with the Knotfest podcast network, so go check him out.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he's
Congratulations,
definitely
mate.
he's a heavy hitter. He has crappy taste in football, which is why it's surprising he's tuning into something that is a draft styled after football, considering he knows nothing about football. But, Anyways,
Steelers
coming from a Browns fan, I'm sure.
excuse me.
Hey,
we
hey,
rock.
hey.
Yeah, thanks.
Shots
No,
fired.
he's a Tennessee Titans fan, so we goof back and forth with him. So
Julio Jones, welcome, I guess.
yeah,
eh?
well, he'll still lose to the Browns. I'm sorry, Cael, what were you saying about your next pick?
Oh, I wasn't. Start. Oh man, I've got so many that I want here, but you know what? I think I can't go past it. For me, what is the definitive ending of Awake? As in, it's not Space Divest. It is Scarred.
Wow, nice. You left my pick for me. I like it.
A good pick and shots fired all at the same time.
John
Yeah,
about had a
right.
heart attack there for a second.
I was like,
There's like three I wanted there, so I think I'll take that one because the other two I can hopefully reclaim because they haven't come up yet. But we'll see. We'll see.
it's looking interesting.
We'll
Like
see.
I'm looking at the spreadsheet that I have with all of our picks, and if you go from left to right, it makes a really interesting set list. So for each of us, it's going to be cool to kind of, Oh, here we go. Toomey's there we go. Toomey thanks all of you and said F you, John.
So is he a Steelers or a Ravens fan? It can't get lower than those two.
No, he's a Titans fan.
Oh, well, that's not that horrible.
He has been his whole life, So, but we goof back and forth and everything. But yeah, definitely check his show out. He gets like all the big names on his show. It's awesome. If you're into like hard rock, heavy metal, some death metal occasionally, like check
What's his show called?
Yeah, Toomey, what's the show called now? Throwback Thursdays, I believe, is the name of the show. But if you look up Talk to Me, he had that for years and years. Yeah, if you just look up Josh Toomey, he's all over the place, man. So congrats to him. So, Talk to Me. There it is. Talk to Me. And Toomey is spelled Toomey for those of you who are not watching live. So it's an awesome show if you're into hard rock and heavy metal. So make sure you check my buddy Toomey out. It's awesome.
Is he the guy that had that really cool interview with Robin Crosby? No, I'm not even joking. It was like the last couple months where he was alive. It was a totally awesome this is not even a joke. It was like a Robin Crosby really just deep diving into everything that they did and like how everything went wrong with Rat and this and that.
No, he's like younger than I am, but yeah,
Okay.
it's not me.
Because I have listened to his podcast before. It's very good.
Yeah,
But
Like
I
I said,
can't
okay,
remember
so yeah.
what's been on what,
There we go. So there's the other one, Throwback Throwdown with Toomey on the Knotfest Twitch page. So go
Sweet.
check that out. So you can find it in multiple locations. So there you go, Toomey. I'll expect my check in the mail.
Shameless self-promotion.
Yes. Now he's a good friend of mine, man, and his show really is good. He gets some amazing stuff on there. Like I actually was like a co-host with him for a few months on his show, and we interviewed Rita Haney, Dimebag's girlfriend. We're both like Pantera is his favorite band,
Wow.
like Van Halen's mine, but Pantera is in my top 3-4 bands. And we interviewed Rita, and she said, anytime you're in Dallas, just you come over to Dime's place. We're gonna hang out at Dime's place. And like he's got her number, and she was serious. So if I'm ever down there, I'm gonna hit her up like, hey man, I interviewed you years ago. Let's go hang out at Dimebag's place. So like
Unreal.
it's like a dream of mine to get hammered in Dimebag's place. So there you go.
Cool.
All right. So Brian is commenting.
Oh, I thought that was I meant to send that to the other guys privately. Sorry about that.
That's great.
What?
Appreciate that.
Wait, what?
All righty.
What happened?
What is
All right,
what are
fine.
you trying to tell us?
All right. You want to do that? Then I'm going to do this.
Go ahead.
My pick is Breaking All Illusions.
Well, I didn't even start the clock, but
You don't need to. I already
didn't
know
need
my
to.
pick.
It's been like 45 minutes since you made your pick, so we're fine.
it has. But
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised that one lasted that long. Aren't you, John? Or no?
I kind of, yeah. I mean, that's, I really thought you would have taken it earlier because that's, your second favorite record and it's your favorite song on the record. And both you and I have talked a lot about how much we love it. And I don't think Cael or Adam would disagree that that's a phenomenal song. So
I cannot disagree. It was the closer of the first half of the Images concert that I saw. So
yep,
it definitely left an impact. I can't say any less than that.
All right, Adam, you are up next.
Okay. First of all, I can't believe no one's taken Change of Seasons yet, but I'm not taking it.
I was going to say, we're waiting for you.
For that. I was about to say, no, I'm sorry, you voted.
Adam's building a
going-
list that'll take 3 nights to perform.
He's looking for a week's worth of shows.
I mean, if I only get 10 songs, may as well make it 8 hours, right?
True.
Yeah, true.
So seeing as how it seems like we're going in the ballad direction, I'm going to take Behind the Veil.
Wow. That's another one that I had that I didn't think anybody would take.
I didn't either.
Another, again, like the reason for that, like one of my favorites off the album, never heard it live. And like just that Petrucci solo is just phenomenal.
Well, that song is like a cool combination of stuff. It's like got the cool riff to it. It rocks in parts, and it's got that really big chorus. Like that's a really, I think, and we'll do this more when we do our deep dive into the record. But like, on that album, they were trying to do let's take big Dream Theater songs and compress them into like 4 or 5 minutes. And I think that's one of the rare songs where that actually worked. So totally. I dig that song for that reason, man. Good pick, man. I like that. Good pick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Brian, you have back-to-back choices coming up.
Are we into the 45-second rounds now?
No, you're still on one of 30.
I really don't think it matters. I think we're moving fast enough. I think we just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Man,
this is the last pick of round 6.
It's getting weird here because I got crushed on my favorite album, so I don't know what to do. I better just grab. Oh boy. I'm gonna go Outcry.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, you've got Metropolis and Outcry. Interesting.
Look at that.
Yeah. So that's probably my third favorite on that album or so.
Because I love that song. Probably the ones I'd draw the parallel between on that one.
I'll go back to the ballad. I don't think anyone's taken this. They rarely. I don't know that they ever play this song. I'm gonna go Take Away My Pain.
Oh man, great choice.
Nice.
I really debated putting that on my list. Excellent choice.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and it kind of fits what you're saying about you guys, Adam and Cael, were saying songs that they hardly ever play live. So I don't know. I mean, they probably did maybe on the tour for that, but since then, I would doubt that that's hardly ever played.
Yeah,
I think they played it at Budokan, did they not?
Nah, that was
the 2000
years. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It is on Once in a Lifetime, but I think that's literally the last time I've even heard of it making an airing.
Yeah, over there in Rotterdam. Yeah, or Paris, whichever one you want to consider. Man, good choice. All right, so
good pick. All right,
Adam, you are up next.
Okay, this is getting hard now.
Ooh,
That's what.
Holy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. Like, at what point?
That's too easy.
Oh boy, how much time do I have for this one?
I haven't been timing. John told me to turn it off.
Perfect.
Well, now hit the timer because he's taking time now. So, man, I have so many left. This is great. I have so many left.
Well, most of my picks got taken off of the latest album, Distance Over Time. So I feel like I need to pick one off that, and I think it's one that doesn't get taught enough. I think I'll take S2N.
No kidding.
Man, I love that song.
Man, that's a great song. I just didn't think anybody would pick it.
If not for just the crazy continuum, Jordan Rudess continuum solo at the end there.
Yep.
Hard to argue with that.
I don't
Hard to
think
argue
that part would exist if they didn't open the previous tour with Dark Eternal, to be honest. I feel like that's such a Dark Eternal Part 2 at the end of that.
Very good point. Yep, I thought the same thing when I was like, yeah, that's I thought the exact same thing, Cael, man. Great point on that.
Because
Man.
it's a super sludgy riff.
Mhm.
It actually sounds rather similar,
Yep.
and the exact way they finish it off is pretty much the same, I think.
You might be onto something there. Maybe they thought in their heads, "Hey,
Yeah.
here's an
Hey, if it
unofficial
ain't broke,
sequel."
don't fix it.
Right. Look, if Metallica can put out 3 Unforgivens, Dream Theater can put out 2 End of Dark Eternal Nights.
Let's
Okay.
see what
Touche.
happens next Metallica album. I think they're due for 4 given at this point.
Well, if they just lock James Hetfield in a closet with a case of Jack Daniels and a guitar and a notebook and a pen,
Wow.
I think you won't end
Ooh,
up with that.
that's-
But you know,
that's probably a low blow at this point, given the whole.
it's not a low blow. I'm saying that Metallica is at their best when James Hetfield just tells everyone to, pardon my language, fuck off, and let me write the songs.
No,
Let me
I
write the lyrics.
I
Like-
mean more with the lock him in the cover with the Jack Daniels saying as though I had Metallica tickets back in 2019 that got cancelled because he went to rehab 2 weeks before the show. Yeah.
Well, there were a lot of people that had Van Halen tickets because of Eddie, so you know. And besides, you're not missing anything because Lars Ulrich is the shittiest live drummer to ever exist on planet Earth. So, you know,
Oh
he's-
no, I know, but it's another show
If-
that I say for the spectacle at this point.
Well, if you want to keep the Dream Theater podcast going right now, don't get me started on Lars Ulrich because that's a whole nother episode of how much I can't stand him live. So anyway,
Apparently.
That's a whole nother.
We'll start that in about 4 choices time, shall we?
yeah. All right, so I have plenty of stuff left on my list, and I can guarantee I'll be surprised if anyone takes the rest of mine except for one song. So I'm going to start going with some wonky stuff since I've got 4 picks left. All right, let me look at what my set list is.
You
so
picked
far.
Status Seeker. You're talking about picking wonky stuff now.
Oh, I had raised the knife. I had 6 degrees. All right. Let's see. Which one do I want to pick? I will do. You know what? I'm gonna pull another deep cut. I don't care if it's in my set list. Yeah. Okay. To Live Forever.
Nice.
I figured
Alright.
that was coming out
I
at some
like that
point.
one.
I love that song, man. Brian and I saw the Images tour in Greenville, Pennsylvania. And when they busted that out live, I was like, "Oh my God, yes!" Like that's one you'll never, ever, ever see, and I got to see it. It's always been
Totally.
one of my favorites, and we got to see it live. And you know, to your point, Adam, like what would I want to see live? Like on, you know, that's one I never thought I would ever see. So when they busted it out, I was like, "Yes!"
That's awesome.
So-
Did you get
yeah.
Did you get Don't Look Past Me on that one, or was that when they were switching that
No.
out for Spirit? Or
No, we did not get "Don't Look Past Me."
damn.
I know,
Actually-
right? Right?
Actually, I don't know if that's a damn or a thankful, because nah.
By the way,
I'd still have liked to see it, even if it wasn't the best performance out of those guys.
So Be Cool or Be Podcast Out says that would be Meg White as the shittiest drummer live. And I will
He's got a
dispute
point.
that.
It's got
I
a
will
point.
dispute that because her drum parts aren't good to begin with. So she's just playing what's on the record, which is fine with me. Whereas Lars Ulrich, you know what's on the record, Lars? The 4 fucking horsemen. And that like you're just smacking things randomly. So yeah, Meg White could give Lars some goddamn drum lessons. Anyways, again, we're not getting into
Man,
that.
there
stuff.
is some
You know what else is
heavy
on the
takes
record?
happening on this episode.
I hate Lars
You know what
Ulrich
else
live,
is on
Adam.
the
I can't even
record?
tell you.
Trash can snares. So be thankful that he just put those
Yes.
back.
Clank, clank, clank.
Gong, 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 gong.
All right, Cael, you are back to back once again.
Oh, wait, it's a man now. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I mean, you've already pulled Status Seeker at this point. Nothing's off the limit. Only a matter of time, I think.
Nice.
All right.
Wow,
Okay.
and
I had that one.
that's kind of a deeper cut off of that record too.
I
Nice.
just love the ending of that. The big perpetual build up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that when we did our deep dive on that song leads totally into what's gonna be coming from Images and Words. You know, you can
Yep.
really feel it.
It
That, you know,
really
that
does.
whole style. you know.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could almost say it's like the whole rest of the album is like earning their wings, and then it's like now we get to start taking off. And I think
Yep.
that is
Mhm.
actually exactly what that is the sound of, is
Yep.
taking off.
I completely agree with you, man. That's and excellent. The ending, it's like, yeah, it's like that build that just goes and goes and goes. You're like, holy crap! Like, yeah,
And it's cool too because of the title of it. You know, so it's like a matter of time. Like we're you know, this band is arriving here. This is what's going to be coming. You know, I think it's just the whole thing is just kind of neat. You know.
Yep.
Totally.
Good point, man. All right, Cael. So you have another pick. You are back to back. So
Learning to Live.
oh, that was on my
I was
list.
wondering when that was gonna go. Yeah.
Yep, that was one of the big ones on my list. That was
wasn't
the one
gonna
I thought no
take
one
it.
would take.
I wasn't gonna take it, and then who said it? And then who said it? And then John said Breaking All Illusions. So
Yep.
it was like, if I wait too long, the other version of this is gonna go, and I don't want that. So
Right. Yeah, I had that on my list. I didn't think anybody would take it because I thought everyone would think it was a little too obvious, but apparently not. So good choice,
well,
man.
it was a little too obvious, and it was like, I'm not gonna take it. And then Brian grabbed Metropolis, and then you grabbed Breaking All Illusions. It's just like, if I leave this too long, I'm not gonna get it.
Yep. I think I saw one of the last times that Labrie actually like powered through that really high note at the end. They played, I think it was 2 weeks before the Score show. Either their last, I think it was their second to last show before Score was in Cleveland, and I think the next night was Detroit, and then they waited like I think it was like 2 weeks later was Score, and they closed before the encore with Learning to Live, and he hit that note at the end, and I was like, oh my God. Like to hear that note level, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like it was just like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. Like the power and the way it came through the PA and stuff like that was just, it was unbelievable. So, I mean, that song live is, oh God.
And
So-
I loved it on the images tour, at least when I saw it. Just the lighting when it goes back into that Wait for Sleep section, it was like rainbow lighting all the way up. It was like, oh my God, this is cool.
Yes, I love that you noticed that. Yeah, the way that it, yeah, that's awesome, man.
Well, it's funny too.
The only thing that sat wrong with me on that tour was the fact that they put Wait for Sleep in the original key, and then Learning to Live was the semitone flat. It's like, no, but now it doesn't correlate. No.
Well, I could tell you from the perspective of a singer, shut up.
No, trust me, I get that too. Because I mean, we used to tune everything a semitone flat in my last band. We tune everything at semitone flat in Gurnham, but like,
Yeah.
it's, I get it, but like at the same time, just like when you're doing the rest of the album in semitone flat, please just drop the other one because now it sits out wrong.
Yeah.
Especially when you're coming back to it in a reprise. You can't reprise it in the different key.
Yep. Good point with that, man.
Remember the old joke we had, John? Like, if you just sing everything sharp when you're a half step flat, you'll actually be in the regular key, so it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's true, though.
Oh, man.
So John and I
That's
have
too good.
played in a ton of cover bands, and one of the other jokes is like, oh, you know, we do our own version of the song, you know, not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true, man. All
All
right,
right.
so I'm on
Who's
the
next?
clock, and I'm going to take one that might be a little obvious, even though it's old. But since we kind of have had, you know, a 3-song run of really old stuff, my next pick is going to be Fortune and Lies.
Man. There's a
I love
crazy
it.
amount of When Dream and Day Unite that has been taken for today
Right?
that I did
Well,
not
we have
expect.
a 3-song per album limit.
Yes, and I have actually good. Okay, so I have Fortune and Lies and Status Seeker. So I only have 2.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be safe on that album.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
if this was 10 years ago or something, or 12 years ago, then maybe. But there's just too many other good at songs and albums out there.
So Adam, what you're saying is, since you're on the clock, you will not be selecting Light Fuse and Get Away or Afterlife.
Oh God.
I don't
was
think
waiting for
so.
that.
No.
That's literally my least favorite song ever, Light Fuse and Get Away.
No pain, no
It's
gain.
not great.
It's not great.
I like it
I
because
can
it's
see
weird.
where this is
I'll-
going.
Damn it! You know what? Now I'm gonna pick that next.
Oh,
Like,
I
F you,
can-
it's my
I
third
see where
one.
this is going.
All right, Adam, what do you got?
Oh boy. Okay. This is tough. See, part of me wants to pick Lie, but I want the mirror with it, and I know you'll make me pick both songs. So I can't use up 2 picks for that song.
Now wait a minute.
Oh God. Don't even. You already.
Let's hear John out. Let's see what he has
No,
to
let's
say.
not hear. Well, I'm not going to pick either of them.
let's
So
hear
you
Johnny
you
out.
can pick them both back to
All right.
back.
So Brian, Cael is the tiebreaker because I say yes, and here's why. As we discussed in our Awake deep dive, it was originally one song, and then Labrie heard Lie and said, "Oh, that's a whole separate song. It was supposed to be like the middle section." And he said, "Let's split them into separate songs." So it technically started out as one song. So I would accept it because we brought that up on our deep dive. You say no, Brian. So Cael, you are the tiebreaker. Can Adam pick both Lie and the Mirror?
I've got In the Presence of Enemies in full, so yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
Well,
I mean, to be
wait,
fair,
Wait
when
to
I
have an
saw
impartial
Shattered
arbiter
Fortress-
on this one.
When I saw
Arbiter?
Shattered Fortress, it was the Mirror, and then it went to the Lie solo at
Yep.
the end. So to me, it still is because it's like it's just shortening it. Really, when they do that.
Yep. All right, Adam, there you go. You got the Mirror and Lie.
I'm taking the mirror and Lie then.
There it is. You got outvoted again, Brian.
And it's just awkward to just have Lie or just the Mirror. So yeah, take both. Otherwise,
I was
it's just
actually-
gonna see it really wonky.
I was just going to say that. You know. All right,
Tony.
Brian.
Man, I'm
Brian,
really glad.
Brian's
I'm really
buddy
glad
Tony
both of you are on
says,
my side.
"Has Nolan Ryan been picked yet?" Wrong draft, Tony.
Nice.
No, but Ryan Noble has. So
There we go.
All right, Adam.
right.
Since you're in Canada, Adam, and you're a hockey fan, have you ever played Stratomatic hockey? Do you know
No.
what it is?
systematic.
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
What the
Oh,
hell
okay.
is that?
You got to talk to Tony DeRosa. He's a Stratomatic hockey king. He's also a huge Stratomatic or hockey fantasy draft. I know he's done hockey fantasy leagues for years too.
Okay.
If you're ever
You
interested
keep
in
saying the word
I'll check it out.
Stratomatic, and I think someone's about to pull Dark Eternal Night.
Right.
that. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, let's see. What am I going to do? I'm going to do something that I'm kind of shocked has not been picked yet. I'm going to take Root of All Evil.
Wow. Okay.
I love that as an opening song.
Great song.
It's a pretty damn good opener. I'm not.
I'm
gonna lie.
I'm kind
Wait,
of
does that mean no one can pick the 12-step suite now? There's one song.
God.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, Adam, the door's open for you, man.
Actually, to be fair, he's got the Glass Prison as well. So yeah.
See,
He's
I
already-
Yeah.
didn't
already
even
almost there.
realize that was part of it. I'm not that up on what all is in that, unfortunately.
Actually,
Okay, so
you've got the prelude to the 12-step suite as well, Adam. So
I do.
so is this like to be doing this then is probably bad? All right, let's see.
depends what it was. I don't even know what you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I pick a song from the 12-step suite, let me get some alcohol.
Yeah. No, to be fair, it's Coors Lights. That's basically water. So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go.
I
Go
mean,
what was that, Cael? Go ahead.
I just want to see your guys' thoughts on. I've heard it said like a lot of times that Bastard Warrior is a dig at Portnoy, like after the fact.
Really?
I do
don't-
not
yeah.
know that.
I heard that about the Looking Glass too.
Yeah, I think people are just looking for drama at this point, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, and I don't really get that. Like Barstool Warrior is just it's just a song, like it's a story. I mean, and the story that it's telling, I don't think there's any way you could relate it to Portnoy, like, because it's
The
kind of
dude's a
like,
drunk.
oh, did I met?
Apparently, that's enough.
Yeah. I think if there's been any speculation as to like a Portnoy Dream Theater rift, I think that's been put to bed now that he's been on John's album that we found new Liquid Tension Experiment. In my
John's album and the Liquid Intention Experiment, and he did instrument medley on one of these cruise shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I mean, the only person he could really have beef with would be,
James
Labrie, yeah, because he had that hot mic he had that hot mic incident. It's such and such without, it's Dream Theater without the annoying vocals, and didn't think he's been. It's like, okay, well, if I was James, I'd be kind of, annoyed too. Like, dude, I went through like food poisoning. I ruptured my vocal cords. Didn't take a show off. Like, I was like basically bleeding from the throat to sing for you. Like,
yeah.
if you don't like my voice, that's fine, but don't say something publicly. Like, I busted my ass for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of so.
Well, we talked before about the stuff that Labrie went through. I just think, and stuff he goes through online now. It's not cool. It's unfair.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with what I consider to be the second best second song on any album ever.
Okay.
See if you can guess it.
Second song
on any album ever.
Another day.
Another day.
I knew it. Yes.
Wait, then what's the best?
My first pick. I'm a massive Iron Maiden fan. 2 Minutes to Midnight. Right after Aces High, and pretty much you can just count on that.
You put Another Day up there with 2 Minutes to Midnight.
I did.
I'd go waste years of 2 Minutes to Midnight personally, but
I would too, Cael. I would too.
Well,
So
you're also younger than me too. I think it's like what age you were when that was like my sweet spot of music, 16, like
Oh man,
Power
Slave came out like 6 years before I was born. So
yeah.
Right.
when did I see
84.
Book of Souls?
Yeah.
I saw Book of Souls tour when I was 17, so
Nice.
they closed wasted years on that one.
So I'm gonna go Another Day, and I'll stick with it.
All right. I think that's a good choice. I was wondering who was going to pick that. Adam, what do you have for your second to last pick? You are next in round 9 of 10.
Second to last pick. I'm going a little heavier. I think this is probably a bit of a deep cut for some people. I'm going to take These Walls.
I love that song.
Very nice.
Yes,
from
excellent.
Octagram.
No one talks about that song. That song is so good.
And again, I don't know. I looked at a bunch of like set lists before this. I don't know if they've ever played it live, and if they have, it's been like 1 or 2 times.
It's
was
the bonus
Maybe.
disc of Luna Park, isn't it?
Thank you. I was just about to say,
Is it?
Cael. Yeah. It's one of the songs they did not put on the official release of Luna Park, at least on the actual DVD.
Oh.
So yeah, yep.
It's on there with Caught in a Web and the other
Man.
stuff
So good.
Huh.
they did on the second night.
Wow.
Where do I find this?
Just look it up. I'm pretty sure there's an official video if you type it in.
Wow, we're on round 9 already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I got up for a second, I can go grab my Luna Park and see. I've got the full. Anything Dream Theater puts out, I have the biggest version. Like, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
So like, it might be on the CD for all I know.
This is crazy.
Um,
I'm checking it out.
Me and Adam only have one more pick.
I have
Wow.
2.
I've got no more picks because I'm actually done straight after this. Because I've got the.
I have an instrumental.
Oh yeah, you're right. There
I
it
have
is.
2 really rare ones, and I have two ballads. So I'm all right. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. All right, my next pick.
Wait.
Savior in the Square.
Wow. I knew you would get something off of there. I didn't know what.
I considered Our New World because I love that song, and my new guitar player in my cover band, he plays that riff. Like, he and I've done it a cappella like like in sound check, like it's the most fun thing you could ever imagine. But I figured that was like a single, so if I was going to pick something, I wanted to do something that's really good off of that album. And Savior in the Square is just awesome. It's so varied and everything. So yeah,
Sorry, John.
totally.
Did you just say you have an instrumental?
I do have an instrumental in my list. But see, here's what we're going to do.
'Cause I'm
I
not
know.
saying one.
I know exactly which instrumental it is. Probably.
I don't think you do, but we will see at the end. Like when we're done, we'll talk about which ones we did not pick.
We should have done
So-
12 rounds. This 10 is too short, man. How did this
Mm.
I feel like this went quick?
Not for me. My set list is like 4 hours long right now. So
Exactly.
Hey, that's
sitting
on
pretty.
that's on you, man.
Adam's got 4 sold out nights at one arena right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna cost like $2,000 to go see your show, man.
Hang
Worth it.
on. He's got
You
2
jerk.
sold-out nights. They're just both evening with.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
With
right.
Like a 30-minute interlude.
A
but
long
yeah,
piss break. A long piss break.
Very long.
All right.
piss break.
All right, Cael, your last 2 choices.
Ooh, baby.
All right. Well, I am going to take a instrumental. I'm going to take Stream of Consciousness off your hands.
Wow. All right. Cael, I appreciate that. Adam and Brian, I don't know where you guys fall on this one. I think that might be the first bad pick of the draft.
Wow. Okay. So I have a completely different take. I
Well,
think it's
I'm
like
pretty much doing it because I've got so many big, intense vocal moments. I think if this is actually going to be a set list, James might need a
yeah.
hell of a break by this.
I like the thinking on that. That's cool.
That's amazing to think of it that way. I'm kind of doing it too. But if I'm picking an instrumental, I like Stream of Consciousness. That might be my last choice. Adam, you were about to say though, you have a counter opinion.
Yeah, it's probably an unpopular opinion. Like, I think most people's favorites is like either Dance of Eternity or Hell's Kitchen. Stream of Consciousness is
Kitchen
probably
is my alarm
my
every
second
morning, yeah.
favorite. Stream of Consciousness is probably my second favorite instrumental they've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, wow. No kidding.
It's such a
That's-
jam, and I
man.
wish they'd bring it back. They should have brought it back on Images when they were actually using the half step. But
Totally.
Okay, see, let me pair. Let me. Oh man, this is hard to phrase. It's good. It's really good. But when you compare it, Tony DeRosa, Adam, he's on your side. Tony DeRosa says, "Good pick, kid."
Thanks,
So
Tony.
there you go. Tony's on your side, man.
where's
So-
Adam on this one though? That's what I'm questioning.
Man, it's good, but there's so many other better ones. Like Hell's Kitchen is better. Overture 1928, Enigma Machine.
Nah,
Brian.
Enigma
Oh.
is not better than Stream of Consciousness.
Oh, by far.
Two totally
far.
different. I don't know that you can even compare those two. At Stream of Consciousness, I don't think there's not much melody that goes on there, and that's probably what bothers me.
Yeah.
I do like I'm not going to say I'm cheating, but I'm going back to my notes from the show to try to remember some of the stuff. But I had on here, Jordan goes into that. Almost sounds like a harpsichord thing at the end of the song, and there's like the last 3 minutes is very cool of that song. I wouldn't really need to hear it live, but that's what's cool about this episode is like, that between the 4 of us, 2 of us are like, yeah, and the other 2 of us are like, eh. That's why it's such a cool band to discuss,
Look at this. Look at this,
Totally.
Tony. Tony says, "You're losing the crowd, John. F you, Tony. F you." No, I mean it's
that's good.
great. It's great, but it's just not, it's not one that I would put up there. So, I was wrong. I thought that you guys would disagree, but apparently I'm the one that's wrong. So, all right, Cael, what is your last pick? Make it a good one.
Wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He choose wisely.
Lines in the Sand.
Nice.
Beauty.
I am stunned that took that long to come off the board.
Same. Yeah.
Like I wasn't going to pick it, but I thought for sure John or one of you guys would have had it by round 5 at least.
I love that whole record. Everything is perfect to me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm picking songs off that album, it would be something other than that. Not because I don't like it, but because there's other ones that I like a teeny bit more. Like that record for me is like
That's
a perfect album. So
That's what you call like
Except for Annalie.
that's what you call a value pick. If this was a football draft, that'd be like getting like the third. That'd be like getting the third best running back, like at player 50. You know, like that's a
Yeah,
serious
that's
value pick.
That's like getting Kareem Hunt in like round 5.
Yeah, right.
yes. Excellent reference, my friend. There you go. Way to earn them brownie points.
Did you look that up on the internet, or did you know that?
Cheers to you.
No, I'm just a huge football fan.
Oh, okay, cool.
I love it. I love it. All right, so next up is me. My final pick. All right, what do I do here? All right, I have my instrumental left. I have a rarity. I have one that's obvious to me, and I have 2 ballads.
You still have 5 songs that you wanted to pick left on your list?
I had 20.
Yeah, he picked 20, didn't he?
Yeah.
I actually have a lot left too, because
Hmm.
I'm kind of surprised.
There's a few I'd still like to have. I mean,
You know, if I'm looking at the set list, I'm going to give a finger to people right now. If you didn't like this record, I'm sorry. You're wrong. My final pick is Moment of Betrayal. I'm doubling down on the astonishing with my last 2 picks.
Wow.
I love that record.
You got one off both discs too.
Yep.
Nice job.
I love.
There you go.
I know "Moment of Betrayal" was like technically a kind of like another single off the record, like one of 3, but I love it. I love it.
It's a great song.
Yep. It's
Not the one I'd take, but it's a great song.
Yep. I wanted to make sure that I got some astonishing into my stuff because like that record is so underappreciated in my eyes that I'm like, you know what? It's going in my 10 songs, man. I'm getting two astonishing tunes, man. So
Well,
Beauty.
between me, you, and Adam, we've got every Mangini album covered, which is better than I thought we'd do, to be honest.
right.
Touche.
All right, Adam, your last pick.
Oh, man. Okay. So do I go controversial? Do I keep up with the theme and just go for a controversial pick again? Or
Well, no one's going to steal your pick. So
Yeah, at this point, we're unable to steal anything, so go for what your heart tells you, bud.
man,
nice, Cael.
Yeah, that did not sound at all uncheesy, did it?
Dude, I would kill to have your accent. I just totally just messing with you earlier. I mean, you don't realize like how cool like an Australian or like a British accent or even New Zealand, like John was saying, sounds in America. Like that's the way to get chicks, man. You get an accent like that.
I have to admit, he's right. My buddy with the New Zealand accent. It doesn't hurt that he's got a 6-pack and he's actually handsome. But my wife, she and I like super happily married. Neither of us would ever consider cheating. But she tells me all the time, I could listen to Justin talk just for hours. I just want to sit there and be like,
John, you've always got 2 6-packs. You have one in this hand and one in that hand, usually.
there you go.
and a keg down here.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
that's so
Adam,
good.
your last pick. What do you
Yeah,
got, man?
thank you for wasting this time so I could figure out what I'm going to pick here.
I got you,
Well,
man. You brought Kareem Hunt. I bought you some
Yeah.
time.
I need like 20 minutes too myself, so take your time.
I still have no idea how A Change of Seasons hasn't been picked. I think this might be the biggest upset ever.
Probably.
You're not taking
And I'm
it,
not going to
no.
pick it because I'm trying to decide if I go for controversy or for something I just want to hear.
It's your
what
call,
do you,
man.
What do you guys want? What do the listeners want?
All
Pull
right, so
me
Tony.
under, pull me under.
Tony, you're the other Canadian. Pick one.
Yeah, Tony DeRosa's in here.
I'm not going to
If
go
be-
with the worst Dream Theater song of all time. Sorry.
Oh, well, you know what? If you're not, while people decide, what in your opinion, what is the worst?
So
Dream
no
Theater
space
song of all time?
divest. Okay,
Pull me
cool.
under.
You did. Wait, what? I'm sorry, Adam. We couldn't quite hear you.
Pull me under.
All right, so Adam doesn't get his pick anymore. Adam's been removed for vile language on the podcast. Wow, look at that. He said "Pull Me Under" is the worst Dream Theater song ever. So, Adam, it was nice having
it's
you.
just overplayed.
All right, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, it is just overplayed.
All right, somebody needs
The
to
song
take away
itself-
Kale's ability to comment after that one.
Man. By the way,
Um,
the worst Dream Theater song ever is "Repentance," but whatever. So.
This is
the
another
best Dream Theater
podcast, I
song
think.
ever is the Circle of the
Actually,
Nomads
you know what?
because it's just noise.
Here's the funny part is
Yes.
Adam actually picked what I think is my personal least favorite Dream Theater song of all time, and that is "Ministry of Lost Souls." But
Wow. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can take me out of the chat again. Yeah.
If he had control, he'd be like, "I'm removing you, Brian."
All right. Because of all this, I'm angry now. So now I'm going to do the controversial pick.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
because I don't have an instrumental yet, and again, under the stipulations, they have played this live,
Yeah.
I'm going to take instrumentally.
Wow!
Hang on.
Look at that. Look at that.
Metropolis has actually been pulled, and that makes up a good part of that. So does that count?
Nope. Instrumentally is listed as an individual song on Live at Budokan. And it not only contains Dream Theater, but it also contains Liquid Tension. So
wait, listed as a different individual song. You mean like "In the
It's
Presence of
listed as a
Enemies"
different
is?
individual song, but the songs that make it up aren't also on the set
Oh
list.
my god! You talk
Which
about
at
just
this
making up
point,
rules on the
Metropolis
fly.
Is.
You know
So
what?
that's-
You know what?
that's-
I'll tell you what my backup pick was, and it might be a little more. It's off of Budokan as well, but I'd also really like to have "Beyond This Life," but with that extended section.
yeah.
They do.
Which none
Yes.
of that is being taken to.
Wow. And Brian, quit bitching. You've been whining this whole show.
So do,
Well, that's
do
what
we now
happens when the
debate
rules
which
get
pick-
twisted around.
Do we now
Man,
you know what?
debate
That's-
which pick Adam gets to use, or
That's
No,
what
he
I'm
is-
going
I-
with.
I say it's good.
which one? are you
Brian says
going?
no. I say yes.
No,
Kale,
that's,
so
that's fine. I'm just saying that your criteria for the rules has changed every
It's-
round.
No, on
it's on a track listing of an officially released Dream Theater record.
It's fine.
second.
But
On
the
second,
songs that make it up aren't also.
No, you know what?
All right,
I'm gonna
hold-
make
hold-
my official last pick.
Hold on a second.
Beyond-
I have to cut you off. We have a comment. Jan or Jan Swenson, when you can write a better song, get a life and stop thinking you are good enough to rate a supreme band like Dream Theater. All right, Jan, let's just go into here. You did not capitalize the W in when. Supreme was capitalized in the
So
middle
are
of
they
the
talking
sentence.
to all four of us then, basically?
Yeah.
Apparently.
And I would like to also add, if you are bitching about our ratings, you're the one watching the show. So fuck you.
All right, that was a little over the top.
Touche.
No, no.
no.
It's our show. I can say whatever the hell I want. We can rate whatever we want because Dream Theater is our favorite band. We are not rating it saying this song sucks. This one is good. Like, no, we love Dream Theater. That's why we have a Dream Theater podcast. So Jan or Jan, get the fuck out. There you go.
Okay.
So
Welcome to
tie
the CMSnetwork.com.
I was going to say, now we're officially CMS Network worthy.
Yes, exactly. So,
Oh boy.
okay,
so
to
your
tie
other
a bow
pick,
on
you
it.
said. Yes.
To tie a
Go
bow
ahead.
on it, I think after consideration, if I can have the extended version, I'll take Beyond This Life with that extended solo section in Budokan.
All right.
No, I'm
Brian?
I'm-
'Cause
I'm
that was
lit-
legendary.
I'm literally just giving you shit just to.
I know, but-
it's up to you. It's up to you.
No, whichever
Beyond
one
This
you want,
Life,
man.
final answer.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Beyond This Life Live. Okay.
Oh, man. This is so
Beyond
hard.
this life.
All right, Brian. Technically, this is Mr. Irrelevant.
I know.
So
Man. I looked down and all of a sudden I'm like, I've already picked 9 songs. This is,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Just so Adam and Kale, you guys know, I don't know if you guys follow the actual NFL draft, but the very last player picked in the NFL draft is called Mr. Irrelevant. It's actually a badge of honor to be called
Right.
Mr. Irrelevant. So
But it won't be in this case, especially if I go with this one.
a change of seasons it is.
No.
Yeah, you're right there, Ben.
Yeah, I'm shocked that did not get picked at all. I'm not shocked that I didn't pick it because I'm kind of on that one. But
Actually, I'm surprised I didn't pick it. I love that song.
I wonder if it was just because it was too obvious a pick for all of us.
Maybe.
Well, I think since we all got burned out by Adam straight away taking 6 degrees and Octavarium.
yes,
Yeah.
it says Mr. Presence of Enemies who took both of them, so I couldn't get either.
Right.
Yeah, but it's one
Because
song,
they're
Tom.
one song, even though they're 2 songs on the album.
Shut up, you
One
whiner.
song, though.
Just
Like
make
saying
your
Shine
crappy
on the
last
Crazy
pick.
Diamond is a
All
great
right.
song.
Oh man.
Legitimate.
I swear this is not because John's my co-host. I had thought about this for a while when I was doing. I actually put more thought into this than I thought. I want to end the entire night with The Astonishing, with the final song from the final disc
Wow.
from the album. I just
Wow.
think it's an
Nice.
incredible. It's an incredible end to an evening, and
Mm-hmm.
you know you're not going to sit through. And I do love the album, and it was cool when we saw it live and stuff. But I think just that song on its own, when like you didn't have the 2 hours of stuff before it, I got all these other heavy hitters, you know, in there.
Yeah.
Why not, man? That'll be my last tune of the night. And people will be like, whoa, you know, it'll definitely, you know, no pun intended, people will be stunned. Like, it's just, I don't think that they would. Do you think they would ever even consider doing that? Just busting that out for a last song or no?
That
I
would be
don't,
one
I
of
don't, I don't
those-
think
I don't
so.
see why
So
not.
many songs
Yeah.
off The Astonishing that will never be played again. I think that would probably be one of them.
Yeah, I would
'Cause
have
didn't
to
they
agree.
take it off in that second leg once they started doing Spirit and SIM and stuff?
But
Yeah.
I mean, they've played The Gift of Music by itself. So
Yeah,
they
and
could.
Yeah, but they
New World
played The
also.
Gift of Music and Our New World, which were the singles. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of...
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And
All right. I'm going to let you guys talk for a second because I want to go get something. Speaking of The Astonishing, I have to go downstairs. So I'm going to take myself out of the podcast right now. Let you guys talk for a minute, but I have to show this since we're talking about The Astonishing. So you guys have the song list, so discuss set lists, and then we'll go over the final stuff before we get out of here. So
all right,
I
What
think
is-
the only other one that I really, really wanted to grab... I mean, if no one's going to take a change of seasons, I actually wouldn't have minded grabbing Surrender to Reason as well. Would have been another one that was on my list.
That was I had that one and Behind the Veil, and I ended up taking Behind the Veil.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think of the two, Behind the Veil is better, but I just love Surrender to Reason.
Totally.
I was shocked at how many that I had on my list that I'd would be like, okay, I'll be cool if I can get this, and if I, you know, but I'll go through a couple. These are just some of my favorite songs. Innocence Faded, love that song.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
What else do I have? Lost but Not Forgotten, probably one of my other favorites off of
Mhm.
off of Dramatic Turn.
Actually, yeah, Under a Glass Moon is on mine since you brought that one up.
Yep, Under Glass Moon, great one.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we had. This was kind of off my left field one, was Lifting Shadows off a Dream. Didn't
yeah.
end up taking it, but yeah, it's so hard with 10 songs.
Longer, that would have been on there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were
Yeah,
some
the
other
I'm
ones?
surprised no one. I'm surprised no one took Hollow Years.
Yeah, that was
up there.
I had that up at the top
Yeah.
too. Yeah, there's so
I
many
mean,
great
when
there's so
we
many
were,
great ballads, you know.
When we were originally talking about this, I thought it was going to be like we make a 10-song set list like straight up. I had Dystopian Overture into Innocence Faded, I reckon would be a hell of an opener.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah, that would
Oh,
be very
John's
cool.
back with his
Yeah,
whatever he's getting.
we had talked about doing we were discussing, John. We had talked originally about doing like our favorite set list, but I'm not going to lie, this was not an original idea. I've heard other podcasts do it, but no one's done it with Dream Theater. I thought, man, a draft thing, you know, definitely get
Yeah,
you
no,
two
it's a good
guys
idea.
on. And okay, so
I'd be
John,
up for-
John, you're back now. Give us just like, I don't know, 30 seconds on each person's list. Start
All right.
with mine, and then just give us, and we'll do that with everyone.
okay. So first of all, let's start out with opening songs of the set. If this, let's just say that each person's list in order was a set list. I think you
Gosh.
can safely say that Hendrickson started out with the best set opener because he has Nightmare to Remember. Adam has 6 Degrees, the entire suite. I have Trial of Tears, and Cael has Bridges in the Sky. I think if you're going to open a song, I think Nightmare to Remember be probably the best opener.
With the thunder and the stuff in the beginning, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So here are the lists. So Brian 1 through 10 has Nightmare to Remember, Count of Tuscany, At Wit's End, Metropolis, The Glass Prison, Outcry, Take Away My Pain, Root of All Evil, Another Day, and The Astonishing.
I mean, that's a sick list.
It's a sick list, but why don't we do this real quick before we get out of here? Let's just take it. You can't reorder the songs.
Oh, crap.
As a set list itself, that seems like it's really top heavy. You get 6 songs that just pound the crap out of you. Then you get Take Away My Pain. Then you get Root of All Evil. Then you get Another Day and The Astonishing. It seems like it's really backloaded with like mellower melodic stuff. Do you think that would work as a set list if you would that work for you guys if you saw that as a live set list?
I think it would need to be reordered.
Not really. I think I'd be a bit done once you got to Take Away My Pain after Outcry. I mean, it doesn't. There's no meat at the end of it. It's like, okay, here's the meat. Here's bone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little top heavy, I think. And again, we didn't pick this in specific order of thinking, well, it's a set list. So
the problem with having Nightmare and Count of Tuscany is there's 37 minutes right there or something, isn't it? So it's like he probably would have to end with Count of Tuscany, and then can you even think of coming back with The Astonishing at that point?
Yeah.
Like I go, oh, this is a great ender, but I've already killed everyone at the beginning.
Right.
So
all right, so let's go with Adams, which will take us, just the length of his set list alone in terms of like days, it will take us about 5 minutes to get through this. So Adam's set list went the entire 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence suite, which, by the way, amazing pick. I had that on. I didn't think anybody would pick. I wanted that, and excellent first pick. So 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, Octavarium, but The Best of Times, The Ministry of Lost Souls, The Spirit Carries On, Behind the Veil, S2N, The Mirror and Lie, These Walls, and Beyond This Life Live. I have to say that's a goddamn good set list. Yeah, I think, and we'll go through the other two, but I don't really see how another set list could kind of take over that. Like 6 Degrees followed by Octavarium is really going to beat the hell out of you.
Well, in an ideal world, Octavarium would be the last song of the night.
Well, but here's the thing. What if you did 6 Degrees and Octavarium as the first set? We're doing like an evening with. And then your second set is Best of Times, Ministry of Lost Souls, The Spirit Carries On, Behind the Veil, S2N, The Mirror, Lie, These Walls, Beyond This Life. I think, and we're all musicians, so I think that works really well. That actually kind of works phenomenally for, I know you didn't mean it to work this way, Adam, but I think that works awesome. If I were going to a show and I saw that's the set list, I'd be like, yeah.
Well, and as a member of the audience, you can go out and get a beer during Ministry of Lost Souls, so you're actually getting a second break too.
I will save my commentary on that for that album.
Coming from the guy that picked Another Day.
I
Shots fired.
I say 6 Degrees and Octavarium, and then go have dinner, and then get back to.
Right. All right. So my set list, I have, I think, what's easily the worst opening song for a show. Trial of Tears. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Dream Theater song, but I think as a show opener, I think we can all agree that's a terrible show opener. However, it could set up the next song pretty well. So mine goes Trial of Tears, The Great Debate, Barstool Warrior, Status Seeker, Out of Reach, Breaking All Illusions, To Live Forever, A Fortune in Lies, Savior in the Square, and Moment of Betrayal. I don't think that's such a great set.
Moment of Betrayal would be a good closer.
I thought that too. And having, To Live Forever and A Fortune in Lies back to back, I think is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Barstool Warrior back to back with Status Seeker is like two really melodic tunes. I don't think.
Great, because you've got out of reach straight after that.
Yeah. I just think mine would work well if you reordered it. But as it is, I don't think it's very strong in the order that I drafted.
I like your 2 to 6. Like that's because it's cool. You throw it like Burst of the World, and then all of a sudden Status Seeker, like what?
Yeah.
Like sweet, like, and then you got Breaking All Illusions ends that little 4 or 5 song run there. Like that's pretty damn sweet. But then yeah, you're kind of last 4 there. I don't know about.
Yeah,
John,
I like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say yours is definitely the most eclectic
list,
I think, for sure. It'd be like a perfect like When Dream and Day Unite anniversary tour, something like that.
Well, that's kind of what I was going for. I was like, there's so many obvious choices. Like, what would I like to see that, you don't ever see, or maybe have never seen, So, I mean, I think the only time they played Status Seeker live was for that, the 2004 reunion show, in LA that, they released on the Yitzhak Jam label. So, it's very eclectic, but I guess I kind of went at it from the like, what would I like to see? All right, so Cael, finally, you brought up the rib, but I thought you had some awesome choices. Cael's list goes Bridges in the Sky, Raise the Knife, love that choice. In the Presence of Enemies, up yours, Brian, it counts as one song. Pale Blue Dot,
Definitely.
Blind Faith, Scarred, Only a Matter of Time, Learning to Live, Stream of Consciousness, and Lines in the Sand. That's pretty badass.
I think mine's probably the most set listy. I mean, Adam's got the best songs, but I think as a show, mine's got that flow.
I think opening a show with Bridges in the Sky with like that shaman kind of like stuff in the beginning, I think that would be wicked.
It would be.
To bring it back to my Van
That would be
Halen
really
love,
cool.
it's like when they opened with Seventh Seal on the Balance tour, like with the chants, like it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Great song.
And then going into Raise the Knife, I think once you get through like 10 minutes of Bridges in the Sky, when you get to Raise the Knife, the whole place like, oh my God, a total like deep cut. Like that's a pretty cool like curveball. And then in the Presence of Enemies, then Pale Blue Dot. Then you break it down twice with Blind Faith and Scarred. And then you got a couple real, back of the catalog classics, Only a Matter of Time, Learning to Live. Then you give James a break for Stream of Consciousness, and then you come out just for like a kind of like a jam and Lines in the Sand. Brian, we sucked at this. Cael and Adam, they kicked our asses on this segment, man.
You know what's cool about Cael's is like I love like almost every other pick. So I'd be like, oh, cool. And then like, not that I hate the other ones, but like, it seems like almost every other song is like just really, I love the Presence of Enemies, both of those, into Pale Blue Dot. Something about that seems totally awesome to me.
I reckon I'd take the kind of set break after In the Presence of Enemies and come back with Pale Blue Dot. I mean,
yeah.
Coming back after the break.
That's nice.
Right.
I'm glad someone picked that song because I think that song is, I don't know, maybe it's not overrated, but I think it's overlooked. Like it's such a great song, man. The drums on that
Pale Blue Dot.
Yeah, it's such a great song on that album. I was so glad they played it live because it sounded amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just so devastated that was the one show that got absolutely cancelled by COVID. Because I still have tickets to see the Distance Over Time tour that ended. And
that sucks.
Yeah, that tour didn't come to Canada, so
really
sucks for me. Yeah, they haven't been to Canada since like Dramatic Turn of Events.
Oh wow!
Now, what part of Canada are you in?
Well, sorry, they've been to like Toronto and Montreal, which is really far east of where I usually live.
Okay.
So I'm typically on the West Coast and like above Seattle.
Oh my God, it's the same problem.
Yeah.
They never come to Perth. I got to fly 3 hours out to Melbourne to see them.
Yeah.
Well, we were what, 5 feet from my young most of the time. We had those front row seats. We spent the money to get the meet and greet, and man, that was just.
That was our problem, wasn't it, Brian? Like, I mean, we were 5 feet away. We could have been 2 or 3 feet.
We Remember that dude that showed up? So remember that guy was like
Oh,
headbanging. This dude comes like running down. The show had started, right?
This
This
is a
dude comes
great story. Yep.
comes running down out of nowhere. This giant, huge dude, and he's banging his head like crazy,
This
And
middle
then,
of
like,
the first song, by the way.
Yeah, first song. And all of a sudden, like, he kind of looks like this, and it looks like someone dropped a bucket of red paint on him. He's bleeding all over the place. It's like blood all over the railing in the front. The people next to him are like, "What the?"
It was him and his buddy. They were these two big, like, had to be 6'3", like,
huge,
kind of hefty, long-haired, like, metalheads.
Yeah,
And
total metalhead dudes.
Yeah, they had done the VIP like we did, and these guys, they come out, and these guys are like, watch how hard we can headbang, which is like, that's fine, like, go ahead and thrash, like, that's fine, like, I do it too, like when I'm in a metal show, but these guys were like bound and determined to show everybody how metal they were. And so we're getting into it, and it was only like 3 or 4 minutes into the first song, and all of a sudden we look over, and the guy's, like Brian said, he's got his head in his hands. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And then we see all this like blood come. What the hell? He had been banging so hard, he smashed his head into the bottom corner of the monitor on the stage.
Yeah, the monitor. That's right.
Yeah. Boom. So not only did they have to escort him out, but all these like stagehands came out with like bleach-soaked towels and stuff, like sanitizing everything. Oh my God, it was ridiculous.
Oh, man.
I mean, this guy literally spent like $300 to see about 3 minutes of the concert.
Oh yeah, three minutes of Untethered Angel. That was what he got.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Like,
And the whole time he's driving there with his buddy, like, man, we're gonna see scenes from the memory in its entirety. Yeah, we're gonna be metal. And instead, he ended up in the hospital, like with a dent in his skull and a bunch of staples.
oh my God.
Oh no. Unbelievable.
So, all right, so we have a few comments
the
here.
skull in the hand at the start was what his was meant to look like by the end of the show.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
All right, we got a few comments here. So Kyle, maybe, if I'm pronouncing it, maybe.
Oh.
He says, gotta come back to Toronto, Adam. Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah. Okay. So I want to say really quick that one thing I love about this band in particular, Dream Theater, is that it just like, it seems that there's like a very tight knit community when it comes to this band. Cause like, you like, I think no matter where you are, when you see someone with like a Dream Theater shirt, you're always like pointing them out, and you're like, yeah. Dream Theater. Yeah. And so Kyle, maybe, I was at, again, the show with my mom. I was in Toronto. This was the Systematic Chaos tour. Okay. And I was in Toronto, and I was in line for they were doing like a signing at an HMV. Like an autograph session. Yeah. And I was in line waiting for that, and I met this guy, Kyle Maybe, and we became friends there and friends on Facebook, and we're still friends to this day. So just like even just the four of us coming together like on the podcast.
Yep.
Dream Theater brings people together, and so it's cool that he's watching. So hey, Kyle.
Totally agree, man. And now I have another one for you, Adam. So you can hold your mom to this. It's going to cost some money.
Be careful how you phrase stuff.
But it's going to cost your mom some money. But your mom says, it's okay, son. I'll take you to Europe to see Dream Theater.
Whoa.
So your mom, by the way, please correct me if I'm wrong, Rebecca, but is that a Bernese Mountain Dog in your profile picture on Facebook? Because I'm a huge dog person. I love Bernese Mountain Dogs.
That's my sister's brand new puppy.
There you go.
Wait a second. Dream Theater is touring with Europe? I'm there.
Yeah, no. I don't.
I love Europe.
No.
Oh, you poor guys. The one episode Brian decides to go full joke mode is the one you guys are on. But you now have it recorded. Adam. Your mom is going to pay to take you to Europe to see Dream Theater.
Yeah, I took a screenshot of that too. So yeah.
I noticed you were doing that. I noticed you were doing that. All right, there's one more comment from your mom. I have to find it. There it is.
It says mini Aussie
your mom,
Shepherd.
Yeah. Your mom has a crush on James LeBrie.
Yeah, she's a thing for pirates. So
I thought Petrucci was the pirate.
No, Brian. Okay, seriously. I'm doing the next episode solo. You need to go back and study. You know a lot, but not nearly enough. Come on now. Jeez. So
when's the next episode?
Yeah.
2 weeks. Hey, John.
Ah, crap, I'm
You
away.
said you were grabbing something for the astonishing. What were you grabbing?
I did. And by the way, your mom did correct me. She's a mini Aussie. That is even worse for me because I worked for a special needs animal shelter that specialized in blind and deaf animals. We specialized in Aussies and Great Danes, and I love Australian Shepherds. I had an Australian Shepherd mix. It was one of my very best pet friends I've ever had. So that's even better than a Bernese Mountain Dog. So thank you for the correction, Rebecca, Adam's mom. So
Well,
yeah,
actually,
before we go,
if you go back to the start of the episode, you might hear some panting of my golden shepherd.
oh, nice. See, mine are downstairs. They're sleeping with my wife, man. They're doing smart stuff. So let me see if I can get this in the picture. I think I've mentioned this before, but since my closing songs of my set list were from The Astonishing, this is I got this signed when Brian and I did the VIP thing for The Astonishing. This is the European release. So
Oh, sweet.
Very
it's
cool.
let me see. Okay, so look how thick this thing is. It's like there's like all kinds of crap in here, and I think I spent like $240 on this thing. But it's like the definitive vinyl edition of The Astonishing, and I got it signed by the whole band, and I love it. It's like basically
Beautiful.
like my prized Dream Theater, collection piece, and I'm always proud of it. I have to defend that record all the time. So I love it, man. I just love it.
I also wanted to commend you guys on the episode with Peter O'Rulian because that was awesome.
Oh, thank you, dude. That was
So it was really cool to have him on.
Dude, I literally just hit him up. I was like, I've got the book. Oh, look, Cael's got the Nomac.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got mine somewhere. I don't know where it is. The small one.
I have something similar, but it's an actual working thermal detonator from Star Wars on top of my mini fridge next to me. But it looks like a
Well,
Nomac.
I want that.
Everyone wants that.
So
We can trade if you want.
I just noticed something. Correct me if I'm wrong. We had nothing off of Scenes from a Memory.
we had
Oh,
nothing
geez,
off
yeah,
of
you're
Scenes
right,
from a
you're right.
Memory.
No, I picked Spirit Carries On. And
Oh, yeah,
Beyond
yeah.
This
Oh,
Life.
that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
I'm beyond
Okay.
this life.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Do we have any records that were untouched? That's a
the
we have-
self-titled.
No, I took
Behind the Veil.
Behind the
Oh yeah,
Veil.
that's right.
Yeah.
Behind the Veil. Yeah, that one shocked me.
The other
Astonishing.
thing I should show off is
Train of Thought. No, Stream of Consciousness from Train of Thought. We had that one.
That's cool.
Uh,
Like Portnoy.
Portnoy signed drumhead from the Shattered Fortress tour.
Nice. Yeah, somewhere I've got my the 04 hockey jersey, the Train of Thought hockey jersey, and I got it signed by Mike Portnoy outside of Radio City Music Hall for the 06 score show.
Nice.
Wasn't that the promotional image for this exact episode?
It was the jersey, but not my own personal jersey. And the funny thing about that jersey was, it was during sound check, and my buddy and I were we had stayed probably about 30 blocks from Radio City, and we just went to Radio City to find out where we were going, kind of like how quick can we get here, this, that, and the other during the day. And we happen to walk. We're at Radio City, like, wow, we walk around the corner, and we see like 5 people crowded around somebody, and the crowd part's just a little bit. It was Portnoy. It was at a side entrance to Radio City. And I went running up, and I had my hockey jersey on, and I was like, you can hear the orchestra inside. So I was like, what the heck is this? I thought it was a soundbite, so I didn't know it was an actual orchestra. And I was like, he was like, all right, last one. And I was like, hey, Mike, man, I came from Cleveland. Is it okay if I'm the last one? He goes, yeah, last one. So he signs my shirt, and I was like, I said, thank you so much, man. I didn't expect to see you here. Meaning, like, I thought you would be inside. And he looks at me, he goes, how the hell else am I supposed to get in the building? Because we're right by a door. And I almost slipped and went, no, you dumbass. I mean outside. But I didn't. I was like, don't piss off Mike Portnoy.
Okay.
Don't piss off Mike Portnoy.
Yeah.
So
I remember asking if I could stick my arm around him for the photo that we did, because I did the meet and greet for Shattered Fortress. I
right.
was like, do you mind if I do the arm thing? And he's just like, if you don't do the arm thing, I'm going to be upset.
Love
He's
it.
so cool, man. He is so
No, yeah.
cool.
According to my list, we have at least one song from every studio album,
Yeah,
but
I was looking at that too.
but no Change of Seasons, which I think is the big
nothing
shock.
from Change of Seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an EP though. So
All right, so here are the 4 that I
oh,
left
hang on,
off.
and we've got something off of Every disc of every studio album as well, because you've got Moment of Betrayal from Astonishing and Savior in the Square.
Yeah.
Adam's got all of 6 Degrees, so that's all of disc 2 taken care of. Brian and I have Glass Prison and Blind Faith, so yeah, we've actually just about covered everything for the change of seasons.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear.
Scarred from Awake. Oh,
Yeah,
God damn! How did we miss that? Oh, that.
All right, we got something funny from.
Down in a minute that we really messed this one up.
It looks like we have to have a draft number 2 and not use any of the stuff we already used.
Oh man, now that would be challenging.
Yeah. So
All right,
Adam,
so
your mom said, "P.S. John, when I first heard about this podcast, I thought Adam would be talking to John Petrucci."
Now that would be awesome.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
I am so sorry to disappoint you.
You didn't think he'd be talking to Drake, the rapper?
Oh
that's
my
so
goodness, man. She tunes in. She's like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
sucks. That's not the guy." Oh well, my son's on.
funny. A little less beard. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Slightly.
just a little bit, right? A lot more fat, less beard.
More chin, less beard.
You want to hear You want to hear about the time John Petrucci was one of the most intimidating things I've ever come across?
No, actually, we don't. But thanks, Cael. So thanks for being on the show. There you go. Yes, tell your Dream Theater story.
And
Alright,
then
so
we should run through what we didn't pick because I'm really
Yes.
curious.
Yeah, I want to do that,
Really
and then we'll get the hell out of here.
I took vinyl covers to made them when I did the Images and Words tour. I took
Okay.
Dramatic Turn and I took Images itself. And I was like so flustered. I was excited as hell to actually meet them that I dropped the covers on James. Like they just slipped out of my hands. They were empty covers. It's like, oh crap. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh no. And James is just like, what the hell, man? It's not like they're glass. Don't apologize. It's just like, okay. And then I get up to John and he's just like, so what do you have to say for yourself? And it's like,
Dude, aren't they the nicest guys?
They are.
I love it.
literally
They
the
are,
nicest
yeah.
guys in the world. But it was just like, oh crap. John
That's
Petrucci
awesome.
is about to kick my ass. This is not good.
With
he
one
brings out
finger,
those big
yeah.
muscles and everything. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and Brian and I have talked about it, but I mean, that's one of the reasons that he and I started the podcast was like we love the band, but it's like we have both met them. And I think you guys probably met a lot of your favorite musicians as well. And it's like, it's one thing to love the music, but when you meet the guys themselves and they're just like incredible people as well, like you can tell they give a shit that you actually spend your time and money on them. And they just seem really down to earth. Like it makes all the difference, man. It really does. And at some point in the future, I'll tell, a couple of my other stories. Like, my James LaBrie story to me is still the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, musically with the band.
Yeah.
That would've been
He's just,
awesome.
he's amazing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, the music's phenomenal. Every time that a record comes out, you know what you're going to get. And even if it's not your favorite Dream Theater record, it's still going to blow you away, So it's like the consistency of the material and the fact that they're nice guys on top of it, man, is great. So
Man, I can't wait for this new one this year.
I'm gonna give something away. So we had another listener hit us up on Messenger today. I won't give away his name, but Jean, this is for you. He wanted information on the new record, and Brian and I actually have information on the new record, and we're not going to give away anything except for this one thing. We were given details on Dream Theater 15. We can't say anything because it would sell out our buddy Wayne, who came on the last episode. The one thing we can say is that we have been told that the way that they are hyping the record in interviews is not overblown. It's not hyperbole. Apparently, this is like one of the top 3 things they've ever done.
Ooh.
So apparently the record is absolutely kick ass.
Adam's
So-
doubting it.
No, not
No.
at all. I
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to believe the hype. I'll say that.
Quarantine.
But yeah,
Quarantine helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
true.
Fueled them, I think, big time. Fueled them.
Yeah. We have definitely been told that it's like phenomenal, and people have asked about a release date. We don't know about that, but in interviews they themselves have said, around September, and that's what we heard as well. So
That's
we're
what I'm
talking.
hearing.
Yeah. So
I'm
again,
thinking we'll get an announcement here in the coming months.
yes.
Even.
Yeah, we actually know about that. It sucks. We can't say anything, but we actually know certain things. So, but let's just say the album supposedly is unbelievably kick ass, and it's coming out in the next 3 months or so. Rumor, we don't know that for sure, but that is the rumor. The band themselves said that. So, that having been said, not to get anybody in trouble, Adam, let's close this up by going through the songs we did not pick, as you said. So if you'd like to go first, what did you not pick?
Okay, real quick. Here's what I didn't pick. Fall Into the Light.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
Surrender to Reason.
Yep, that was one of mine.
Okay.
Maybe a bit of a weird one. On the Backs of Angels. That one's for Brian.
Ooh.
Wow.
Never Enough. Endless Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Home from Scenes.
Home shocked me. I shocked me that did not get picked.
There was like nothing from Scenes on this.
That's because
I
it
really
deserves
thought
to just be played in its entirety.
he is correct.
Yeah.
I love the logic, man. You cannot dispute that.
And then my last few that I didn't pick, Hollow Years.
Yeah, I have that. I have that.
6 o'clock, Voices,
Yeah.
and Take the Time.
Yes. Excellent choices. Yes. Brian's a big fan of the Awake record, so.
And the other one I really wanted to pick was from the Falling Into Infinity demos, the Metropolis Part 2 rehearsal.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit overpowered, I think.
That'll be our next one. Only Yitzy Jam release. Only Yitzy Jam released songs. I'm going back to the Majesty demos.
Pretty short episode.
I'll take another one.
There you go.
Your Majesty, Cover My Eyes, and The Way It Used to Be, and I'll be good.
The Way It Used to Be.
That's some deep cuts.
See, I was gonna go back to
I love
the
that
Images
song.
and Words, the Images and Words version of Lifting Shadows. I would just pick everything off the accompanying CD. Like, here's my deep cuts, and anybody who bought that version of the book would be like, "You're just listing off the track listing, you jerk."
I love that version of Through Our Eyes, though. It's interesting.
Yeah.
The instrumental one, well, well, you probably know because you know your history. Unlike Brian, go do some studying. So the instrumental version is what they played in the over the credits at the end of the live scenes from New York. So looks like, I know that.
Cool.
Yeah,
I know
it's
that.
good though. It's like, I don't have the Images and Words version of Lifting Shadows. I don't have any version of Lifting Shadows. But
well, I'll have to order you one on Amazon and have it shipped over. It's amazing.
yeah,
It is amazing. So, all right. So, Cael, what did you not pick?
I didn't pick Innocence Faded. Actually, when we were looking at doing just 10 song set lists and throwing them at each other, I was gonna have Dystopian Overture into Innocence Faded. Would have been cool.
Wow. No kidding. That's a good kind of, yeah.
Yeah, we
Didn't
talked
pick
about that
Innocence
when you were
Faded.
gone.
Didn't pick Panic Attack. Didn't pick Shattered Fortress. What else did I
Wow,
pick?
Shattered Fortress, really?
Yeah, I love that one.
I like the
Just 'cause-
music. I think the 12-step lyrics at that point got a little bit contrived to me at that point.
Yeah. No, to me, it's just the greatest hits of all the main riffs that I love over that.
I love
So,
that. Like I said, the music is phenomenal. It's just like the lyrics at that point was like,
Yeah.
all right, now you're
No.
trying a little too hard.
Agreed. What else did I pick? Panic Attack, I said that one. Dark Eternal, I was going to have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dance of Eternity, I wish I had. But as Adam said, once we started not having scenes in its entirety. Just nah.
Right.
Because then if you pick Dance
Yeah.
of Eternity, you have to have One Last Time right after.
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that. So, because once I start having One Last Time, I need Spirit Carries On, and then I need Finally Free. And then I needed Home to start Dance of Eternity. So it's just like, yeah, but I don't want to waste 5 of my picks on Scenes from a Memory when I can only have 3.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
didn't do that. Though I suppose
right.
I could have said Scene 1, Scene 2, and Scene 3. So,
I mean,
Brian would have vetoed it.
Of loopholes.
Brian would have vetoed you. He's just crusty because
Under a Glass Moon was the other one that I had that I didn't use.
yeah.
Funny story about that. I saw them on the 6 Degrees tour here in Cleveland, and James split his pants during the second song of the night, which was Under a Glass Moon. He had to run off stage, and he actually had to have a new pair of shorts, but he had to duct tape his shorts for the remainder of the song, and then got a new pair. And when he came back, it was like, hey, what's up, everybody? Portnoy went on the mic and said, hey, James, was that under an ass moon? Yeah. So I got to see a really goofy Dream Theater moment on stage in Cleveland. So
A duct tape moon, at least.
yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh, that's
All
so
right.
good.
All right, Brian. So what did you not pick?
Well, we kind of discussed a little bit also when you were gone, so I'll go through. Lifting Shadows Off a Dream was possible.
Okay.
One that I'm kind of kicking myself. I think I maybe should have had another ballad in there. This Is the Life. I love that song.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
not the biggest fan of that one, but okay.
I know you guys don't like breaking up scenes, but Through Her Eyes, I think would be cool. Like after you've come through a big metal basher and just starting with that piano thing, like
yep.
Be a cool way to break it up. But plus, I love that song.
Yep.
With Teresa.
Yeah.
Yep. And one of the weird ones on here, John will laugh at this. Raven Skill actually had that in there.
Wow.
If we'd gone
That's
maybe
a
like,
good one.
if we'd gone 13, 14 songs or something, maybe, but it's kind of hard to put it in a 10-song list.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of left out some of my totally Captain Obvious. I didn't want to put Surrounded in there. Love that song, but I ended up going with Another Day, and Adam crucified me for that. So now I'm kind of questioning it, but no, it's okay. Yeah, that was about it. One other crazy one I had was Peruvian Skies.
Yes, that was on my list.
I was kind of shocked.
that
I was shocked that John did not pick that. So that's what I had.
Well, I had, again, Brian, you set the limit at 3 songs per record, so I had to really be careful with what stuff I pulled off of Falling into Infinity.
Or just do what Adam did.
Look, man, we took a vote. Everything was legit, okay?
There was discussions.
Hey, just because 3 out of 5 people take a vote, that does not mean it's the majority.
Sorry, out of how many?
Sorry, 4.
Cael, this is what he does. He does this humor thing throughout the show. If you pay attention real close, he does this like maybe once or twice an episode. But with you guys now, he's done it like 7 times. So like he's got a rapist a wit. I'm sorry, rapier wit. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Yeah, let's put a distinguishing in the between those two. All right, so John, what do you have? What did you have left off?
All right. So everything that I had is basically taken except for 3 things. One should not really be a surprise because it is part of our intro on the podcast version of the show. The test that stumped them all. I just love the like, and that is like my favorite Petrucci solo.
It's so good.
Just the way he grabs that note. It's like it's like the one time, like Dream Theater, their stuff always flows from part to part nicely. That's one of the rare times that it just is like goes up against a brick wall. Like now it's different, but that note, that the way he bends that guitar, just it like it makes it blend. Like yeah, exactly.
No, I love that.
So
I love
that's
that.
exactly why I have that in our intro, for the podcast version of the show, the audio version. The other 2, I had a ballad. And I'll be honest, like I was kind of surprised that Brian didn't bring this up. So now it makes me wonder if he likes this song. Brian is a keyboard player, and this is nothing but old school keyboard heavy, Anna Lee.
Huh.
I just think that is so out of left field for them. And it's just
Yeah.
it's like piano and simple. And it's like, that's like almost like a salad in the middle of a meal. You know what I mean? Like if you're going for a couple heavy courses, then you got to cleanse your palate. There's Anna Lee. Then you get the heavy courses. Like I've always loved that about that song. And the last one was the instrumental that I had mentioned. And Hendrickson, go ahead, get ready to crucify me. Erotomania.
Oh,
It kicks ass, man. It kicks ass.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
I feel like you can't have that as a standalone choice. Again, that's kind of going to go into voices, which then going to go into Silent Man, doesn't it?
Yeah, you could have picked all three, and I would have been okay with it.
Right. Oh, I love Silent Man. I'm a terrible guitar player, but I can actually play Silent Man all the way through on acoustic. So like,
Yeah, it's a good
Like-
song.
yeah. But I mean, to me, Erotomania, like, and I said this when we did our Awake deep dive. The cool thing to me about, first of all, I love the song, and you guys are right that you got to go into voices, you have to go into Silent Man. But I think the cool thing about Erotomania is like it's very quintessential Dream Theater. And also, it's one of those things like, imagine the stage goes black for like, 20 seconds. And all of a sudden you hear, "Bang, dun, bang, dun." The whole place like, yeah. Like,
When's
it's
the
one of
last
those
time
things
they
that-
played that, though?
Have they ever played? Because like that was a part of the instrumentally a little
Yeah.
bit, but have they ever played that song by itself?
I mean, they did it.
Live?
They've done it as like Mind Beside Itself, but like I don't
Yeah.
think Erotomania has ever
Yeah.
been just Erotomania and nothing else.
Live scenes from New York. It's like you said, you guys made a great point. Like, it's always like grouped together with stuff, but I know they did it on live scenes from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, on an official release, like, man, I don't know if they have. But I mean, seriously though, if you guys were at a show and you're bam, 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 wouldn't you be like, yes, yes?
Well, I'd lose my mind for sure.
Well, to clarify, I think I did when we did the episode. I would prefer to see it live. I don't think it's that great on the studio. That's my opinion. But seeing it live, I think, would bring a lot of life to that song.
It's
Okay.
one of only 4 holdouts from Mangini's run on Awake so far. I hope they bring back a Mind Beside Itself next tour.
Man, Cael's got it down, man. See, this is why we brought you guys on. Like, you guys like really know your stuff, man. That is awesome.
Sorry, I'm a setlist dude.
No, no, it's good, man. So, I mean, I think I can speak for Brian. We'll get out of here now. Like Cael and Adam, like, you guys have been amazing, and beyond like doing such a great job on the show tonight. Thank you so much. Like I said, I mean, you guys were our first 2 listeners ever. Like, the show isn't huge by any means, but we really love anybody that supports us and comes on and like, chats with us and sends us messages and all that. And you guys were the very first 2. So first of all, thank you very much for checking the show out. And second
Absolutely.
of all, that you guys were amazing tonight. Like, I mean, seriously, like, this was a total blast. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Come up with another game like this, and I'll be happy to come back.
Yeah. We're at your disposal for anything you want.
Well, don't say that, because Brian's going to come up with some really weird stuff. So,
Dangerous Toys song draft.
Just keep in mind it's a little bit hard for me to do anything physical because of the distance, but
well, you never know. You never know, man. Eventually, if you ever come to America, we will definitely
Canada.
meet up. Or Canada, yeah. Good point. Good
I
point.
would love to do both, honestly.
See,
Just don't make
we'll do like the first ever Dream Theater fan convention, and it'll just be the 4 of us like nerding out in a bar in like
Perfect.
Western Canada. Like,
That'd be
like,
fun.
yeah, make
Yeah.
this big deal about it, and it's 4 people.
I feel
Also-
like more than 4 people would show up.
That
Yeah,
would be
that's true.
kind of cool. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, I want to put one more comment. Me say F you. What a great.
name.
What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through this.
It's second cousin of I'm a Liar.
All right, go
Oh,
look up
man.
the plane crash video, Some Ting Wong, and then you'll get the.
Oh
Anyway,
boy.
so me say F you. Just found the show a few weeks back, and binged it. Amazing handle, my friend. And if you actually did go look at the show and binged it, thank you very much, man. Hopefully you enjoyed it, man. This is our 12th episode, so you went through 11 episodes. Good for you. So, Adam, Cael, thank you guys so very much for coming to hang out with us. We'll definitely do this again.
Good fun.
Perfect.
This
Thank you.
was awesome. You're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. Brian,
It was a
thank you
blast.
again, man. We will see you guys again live in 2 weeks. It's every other Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on talkingintoinfinity.com, thecmsnetwork.com. You can find the audio versions of the podcast in all places you can find the podcast. So, before we go, one last time, Adam, promote your podcast.
Yes, I have a podcast called the Adam and Cael Podcast. We do episodes every Thursday. Mix of conversation podcasts with guests and music podcasts. Cael, John, and Brian. There's an open invitation if you guys ever want to come on and join me. And my
100%,
friend
man.
Kyle, that would be awesome.
Awesome.
So yeah, you can check that out every Thursday on anywhere you get podcasts.
I'd love to. And Cael, promote your stuff.
Well, I'm coming out with an EP hopefully by the end of the year. But if you don't want to wait that long, there's acoustic stuff on SoundCloud at Cael McLeish. And go and check out Goonhound. Once again, shout out to, I think my Gran's watching, so hi, Gran. But shout out to Drew Milliken, Corey Eagles, Ryan Noble, and Sam Smith. Love you guys. Rock on. Cheers for having us.
That's awesome. Thank you guys again so much for coming on. Thank all of you guys for checking out the show,
Thank you.
and we will see you in 2